I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. I'm sorry.
One more time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed in every one of you. Disappointed in every one of you.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it no more.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Let me tell you why.
It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
You just killed a fucking man.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. Yeah, because you got nothing. You got nothing.
I want to get out. I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA Boxing.
Alright, holy shit. Welcome to BDA Boxing, the boxing debate arena. This is your host, King Bucho. Mr. BDA is at his Bible studies and APAC meetings. So, let's get to it here. Let's read the chat. We have Pete. He says, what's up, fellers? Blue Collar Sports TV, aka Del Boy. By the way, guys, is the mic okay or is it too hot? Let me know. I can adjust this thing. Let me lower it a bit. Alright. BDA is busy selling Bible, says Seamus. That's right. Nesmatic says, Mr. Bucho, what's up? Subash says that Johnny Boy was robbed in that trivia game. Well, that's why Johnny was gonna have a second opportunity to regain his title by entering the Trivia TKO tournament. So, redemption is always there. Let's see. The Fight Scout, he will get a pass for being black, says Bay Area Boxing. What are you guys talking about? Already? We just started the show. Guys. Gypsy Boxing Style, I think he said he wanted to join. I'll let Gypsy Boxing Style in. He's been absent for a while now, so maybe we should let him in. All right. Now, this is how it's gonna go down, people. I'm gonna take some phone calls, and I don't want tons of people in the Hangouts. Well, I wish everybody could join the show at the same time, you know, like 50 people and everybody just chatting. The problem is that we know that that's not possible because it just becomes too chaotic, and then we can't take phone calls properly. So I'm just gonna let a few people in at first, and then during the second part of the show, maybe we'll just let other people in. All right, Gypsy Boxes. Gypsy, are you? What was I gonna say? Are you on Discord? I mean, like active on Discord? I know you're on Discord. I'm trying to find you here. Damn it. Oh, I see you. I'm calling you. Better pick up. Let's see what else people are saying here. Ozzy says, control your show, Bucho. Man, guys, I've been telling you. I don't know why, because I'm the host, nobody can hear me. Well, when everybody's talking at the same time, my sound gets drowned. And nobody can hear me, man. So, it's not an excuse.
Can you see me?
Yeah. Okay, we have Gypsy Boxing Style. Welcome to the show.
What's up, guys?
What up?
It's you. What's up, you?
What?
It's just you, isn't it? Is there anyone else? Is BDA over there?
I was about to tell you. It's just you and me so far.
Yeah.
All right, now that you're here, I can send links. Oh, no, I can't. I think we need a third person so I can start sending links. So, this is what we're going to do. Whoever wants to join, let me know and I'll send you the link. We also have Saint Brit, Asi, Virtuoso in the chat. I think, are you putting your camera on?
I just did.
It's still loading.
I'll stay up.
Well, I can put it in this. If you want to put your camera, I'll put it, because now nobody can see shit, so.
That was good, bro.
Alright. Alright, anyways.
I like fucking Scalebender who likes to look at himself for all. That fool, bro. Shit out.
So Gypsy, you said that Andre Ruiz looks like a stallion, Mexican stallion. Are you saying Mexican stallions are fat? You know what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying, bro. It's just a joke. It's like, the way it's like a fine specimen. You know, I mean, look at that fine specimen, fat, chunky Mexican.
Yeah. Do you think they've ever seen Mexicans though? I mean, in real life.
Oh man, Abu Dhabi. They probably confuse themselves with Mexicans too sometimes.
Probably.
They got a brown skin, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Bender sent me a fuck you or something like that.
Yeah. All right. So, everybody, welcome to the show. Let me just get my notes here. All right. Let's start with Julian Williams. So, this is the theory, guys. So, as you guys know, Jarrett Hurd dropped out of the fight with Julian Williams. The fight was supposed to take place on December the 14th. Jarrett Hurd hasn't said anything about why he dropped out. So he dropped out for unspecified reasons. Very interesting. But Julian Williams, in an interview, said that... He said this. He tweeted this, basically. He says, if anybody wants to fight me, he will have to go through strict performance-enhancing drug testing. Alright? And then he went on to say, I'm not accusing anybody of being on drugs, but there's a lot of cheaters in boxing. Whoever wants to fight me, don't call Al Heyman. Call VADA and get signed up for testing. Alright? And then all of a sudden, Jarrett Hurd drops out. Is it because he doesn't want to go through the VADA testing? I don't know.
Probably. Most likely.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's big dude, man. He belongs in the light heavyweight division, or at least the super middleweight division. He belongs there. He doesn't belong in that weight division. He's too
we've
big
been saying that for a long time. That he's a big boy, man. This guy could be like a super middleweight, man.
I mean, Munguia is about the same size as well.
Yeah, this guy's also very suspicious. Yeah, very big. And, you know, we're going to get into... you remember the guy who Munguia fought? The Australian guy, his last fight. Dennis Hogan? Yeah, Dennis Hogan. Listen.
I didn't watch that shit.
Okay, well, that fight was very competitive, and a lot of people had Dennis Hogan winning. The way I see it is that Munguia gets tired because he's not supposed to be fighting at that weight, and so he starts looking bad, at the latter part of the fight. That's just because the guy needs to move up in weight. You know, he's losing to bombs. Come on, man. But anyways, yeah. Good.
I didn't see that. I can't tell you. I mean, the previous fights that I've seen, he's a beast, but he just demolished guys that were just didn't belong in the ring with him.
Yeah, but I guess Dennis Hogan, like I'm telling you, Dennis Hogan just. Well, he's a tough guy, but let's be honest, he's not very skilled, and a lot of people had him winning the fight. So I don't know, man. Maybe Munguia isn't that good. So who knows? But
the thing with what's his name, Jarrett Hurd. I think after that surgery, after that Lara fight, he was never the same. I've been saying this for like a long time. He just sucks now. I don't know what it is. He was getting his ass beat by this British bum that nobody knew in the Tyson Fury undercard. Tyson Fury and a Wilder undercard.
Yeah.
He's not the same anymore, man. I lost interest in him after that fight. I'm like, I said maybe because there was the injury that he got a surgery, and then the second fight he did the same thing again. I don't know who he fought another person. He still showed signs of weakness, and then he got his ass kicked by fucking J. Rock Williams.
Now, I don't know if you remember this, Gypsy, but after Jarrett Hurd defeated Erislandy Lara, what's his name again? Low Place. Remember Low Place? He had Jarrett Hurd, I think, at number 3 pound for pound.
Because he's crazy.
No, I just thought about it. Like, that's insane. And now, so I guess, I don't know where Low Place is now, but I wonder what he has Julian Williams ranked now.
Yeah, he ranks his fighters off of not skill set. I think whatever they achieve for a moment in time, doesn't consider the size of the fighter, who he fought against, nothing. He just considers like what they achieved at that moment in time. And I think that's what he goes by. And that is ridiculous. You can't judge a fight off of that. I mean, with Adonis Stevenson, I guess he...
Oh, shit. Oops, sorry. I think I dropped Gypsy Boxing Style. So funny. Jesus. Alright, hold on. Let me get back to Gypsy. Yeah, sorry, I'm back, Gypsy. It's some shit happened here.
Oh, my bad.
No, it was my fault. It was my fault. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, guys. Sorry, everybody. Alright, sorry to cut you off. Go ahead, Gypsy. Continue with what you were saying. Pete says, show just improved. Yeah, it just went to shit. Red Glove Militant says, Low Place had Stevenson number 1. Yes, we remember that. Well, good old times. Good old times. We just dropped Gypsy Boxing Style. Alright. Very interesting. Alright, let me get Pete in here then. Alright. Let's get Pete on the line here. P. See the P? The P's don't work because I have like a filter on here.
Can you do that?
Oh my god.
Let's get Pete on the line here. See the P?
Alright. Pete always wants to, come in with style. Pete, you better fix your mic here. It's too goddamn loud. Alright. Are you there, Pete?
Hang on.
Jesus.
Alright, there we go. You got me now?
Yeah, you're a bit too loud, man.
Too loud? I'll turn it down. Hang on.
Alright.
How about that?
Yeah, I can hear myself too, man. I think you're on... Put your headphones. Alright, I'm gonna mute you. Put your earphones, headphones, and lower the volume a little bit. Alright. Hopefully he's... Jesus Christ. Alright.
What the hell's going on over here, man? I don't know. Hangouts is good.
It's Pete, man. Alright, Pete, you're gonna mute until you get your shit together, man. By the way, guys, I have new sounds.
Shit.
Oh, wait, I think you heard that one before. Anyways, I'll show you the sounds later on when I'm not gonna waste it. What's that?
I do that every time I'm on the toilet.
Yeah. All right, Peter, you back? All right, are you okay now?
Any better now or no?
I don't know. Gypsy, how does he sound? Let me know, Gypsy.
He sounds good, man, but we lost connection. I got back on. It was like weird.
All right. Is my sound good? No more echoing? I'm good now?
Oh, I found it too fucking loud.
I'll turn it down again.
Oh, maybe it's my computer here. Alright, guys. I lowered my volume, so let me know if the volume on YouTube is fine. It's all loud, everybody says. Too loud. Yeah.
How about now?
Pete, I think you're okay now.
Do we have recognize here or what?
No, I just called him, but he's gonna join us later, I guess.
Yeah, because he was on and then he was off. It was just weird. I saw his symbol.
Yeah.
Icon, whatever.
All right.
Hey, Bucho.
Yes.
Hey, straighten something out for me. Because I didn't quite understand what you were saying. Like, the guy who beat Hurd is now demanding VADA?
Yes, sir. That's J. Rock Williams.
Okay, I understand. J-Rock. So, and Hurd's the one that's not so...
Well, we're speculating here. All we know is that Jarrett Hurd dropped from the fight, from the December fight, but he didn't provide any reasons as to why he dropped out.
Right.
So it could be that he doesn't want to go through the strict VADA testing, but we don't know.
He's got to cut a lot of weight, man.
Yeah.
But why would he do it this early? You know, like, why would he... If it was that, why wouldn't he do it closer to the fight, right?
Yeah, that's right. But like Gypsy Boxing Style has been saying, I mean, Hurd hasn't been looking that spectacular since the Lara fight.
Yeah. What do you think he walks around at, like on 190 or something? Like, he must walk around, maybe before he starts cutting weight, he's got to be like 190 out of camp. He's a big kid.
Yeah.
Let me check.
Bay Area says, who cares what Gypsy says?
Yeah, it's true. It's a good point.
Yeah.
Your mom does tell him.
Alright, guys, is the sound okay, guys, on YouTube? Because I can't hear what you guys hearing on YouTube, so if it's too loud or too low, let me know. Right. Doc says, yeah, Williams versus Castano and Lara is good. Yeah, Lara, by the way, guys, Lara just beat Ramon Alvarez, Canelo's brother. He knocked him out in one round. Now, Alvarez was overweight by, let's see here, I wrote it down somewhere. It was like 7 pounds or some crazy shit like that.
Who was overweight? Alvarez?
Yeah, Ramon Alvarez, yeah. And
Ramon.
and then Lara knocked him out in the first round.
Damn, you get knocked out by Erzlandi Lara. You better think about, I don't know, man. Just be like Triple G's brother. Just hang back, be part of the team. You know, don't worry about fighting.
Hey, Lara can pop, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he looked like Mike Tyson in there. Come on.
Nah, not like that, bro. But like, he has pop. Not like you don't.
Yeah.
Yes. So like, if you get knocked out by him, it's not like a bad thing. As long as you don't get knocked out in the first round.
Well, some people are saying it's because because he's older now, his legs are gone, somewhat gone. So he was just on his toes the whole career. Well, he was moving a lot, you know, and now he's sitting on his punches, I guess, and he's coming forward and like that again. When he fought Jarrett Hurd, he was really.
Cut the shit.
It's true, man. That's what. And by the way, I said this is what people are saying. I'm saying
people. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
people. You know, people.
Yeah, I got you.
Those fuckers. All right. So yeah, well, let's.
Black people. I got you.
More people want to come in as always, but like I said, we were gonna take phone calls.
Hey, Bucho, can I just say just bring something to your attention? Probably should do it like not on the air, but you know, like the last show that we had, we were all in here. You know, like there was like 15 people in there.
Yeah.
aside from like some people were like just there to disrupt. I'm not saying them, but like you never said like as a blanket rule to everybody just to hang back during the callers and let you call on the panelists how they want to answer and don't answer. You follow me? Just so you're aware, you know, I don't think it's gonna be that big of a problem if you just that's what you want to do.
Oh no, it's gonna be a problem. It's because I understand what you're saying. Like so you want me to tell you guys, okay, like don't engage with the caller or something like that?
Well, no, you just did basically with the way you opened the show. I'm saying the correlation between number of panelists and if there's a caller or not shouldn't matter if you can control yourself. If you can't, then you got to go. But if you say, all right, King Bucho, I'm putting on the sunglasses and putting on the, I'm laying it down. During the callers, let me engage the callers, and then I will moderate the show. I will say, recognize, what do you think about what Vinnie Mac is saying? Or such and such. You know, there's no jumping in, because it'll make it a lot easier. Try that.
We've tried it, but then somebody else always goes like, no, let me say something. Let me take it. Yeah.
Your podcast is that there's only certain individuals that I feel like entitled to speak anytime they feel like. I'm fine with that. You can talk to as much as you want. But certain people don't like that shit.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, before I answer that question, that point, Pete, some people are saying that your mic, and it's true, it sounds a little bit distorted, like the sound. It's not clear.
Distorted now?
Yeah, I don't know where are you now? You're not in the office, right?
Yeah. Hang on.
Yeah, unplug it and plug it or something. Anyways,
unplug it and plug it.
You're right.
How about now?
Go say something.
How about right now? Come on.
It sounds okay, I guess.
I'll be back.
Gypsy.
Let me jump off. I'll be back.
Yeah, restart your whole computer or whatever.
Oh, yes, sir. I'll be right back.
Okay. Anyways, Gypsy, yes, when we take phone calls, even if we tell people to, keep calm and stay quiet, somebody always goes fucking berserk, man, or goes like, no, they get all passionate and go like, let me answer the caller, and start screaming.
You know why? Because they don't take turns, bro. I like to take turns, but sometimes I give them the opportunity, like, okay, the first guy talked, all right, the second guy talked, the third guy, I'm like, okay, when is it going to be my turn? And then they just go back and forth with the same conversation in circles, you know what I mean? It's like, when is the next person going to talk, like, that's when I act like that. Then they act like I interrupt. Bro, you've been talking all day, I'm just letting you talk. Let me say a few words, and then you get your piece. You know what I mean? But they like Stu is one of them, but Stu is like the main attraction, so we let him be. Who else? Matrix does it, but not as much. Precise every now and then does it. Precise has a little more control. Who else is it? There's another. H1 is out of control. Like whoever that guy is, that's just insane.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, insane. And then who else you got in there that can't control himself?
Gypsy boxing style?
I do sometimes, man, but not all the time, bro. There's been times I just shut my ass off. I don't even say anything. There's been a few videos like that.
Yeah, we all get a little bit crazy.
Stu is like a constant thing, though. Stu is like a big thing, though. Out of all of them, I think Stu is the one that just like he has to get his piece in if he wants to say something all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Bay Area says Johnny Boy can control himself. Listen, we all get a little bit emotional sometimes, I guess. Not emotional, but...
Nah, Johnny's in the mediocre zone, bro. Johnny falls in with like Matrix and shit. Johnny will talk sometimes and not talk sometimes. Yeah. I've noticed. I've seen the podcast.
Yeah. All right. People are saying that sound is better now. Is it better, guys? I lowered everything down a bit. Hopefully everything's fine. All right. So how do we proceed, people? McGregor says, I sit there quietly for hours trying to get in while everyone interrupts for hours. Oh, come on.
That is true. McGregor is pretty silent, bro. McGregor is usually silent as hell until he gets his turn.
But he does get emotional sometimes. with the collars, and I can understand because some of the collars are pretty they have strange or extreme ideas or perceptions of boxing, so that can get kind of annoying. But that's the whole point of the show, guys, to debate, but debate in a civilized manner. Pop Tart Gun says, King Bucho, assign a vocal moderator. But I think we already have a vocal moderator, which is supposed to be the host.
I was gonna say, is H Money for real, or is this like a made up guy?
I've heard people say that he's a troll and he's faking the whole thing, but other people say that he might be mentally challenged. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I had to kick him
He's getting a lot of subscribers, bro. I think he's becoming a real thing, bro.
Yeah.
If he was fake, that was real. He's becoming a real person.
Yeah, he's he's becoming a superstar. Hey Pete, just click on my name on King Bucho and then join the call. All right, I think Mr. BDA sent me H Money's new intro. You guys want to hear it? All right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's his new intro because that's what it is, annoying as hell. Pop Tart says, King Bucho, you are the host, but demand passes what? Demand possesses the respect of a cocked Justin Trudeau. No, the thing is, nobody can hear me when everybody shouts at the same time. I've been telling you this fucking forever, guys. God damn it. Triple JJJ says, grow up, Bucho. Listen, that was part of the package of sounds that I downloaded. I had to play it, and I didn't know when to play it, but I guess that was the moment to play it. The Shipper of the Sun says, yes, we need more European sound. What? Well, that's gonna make a fucking difference. Doc
It
says,
sounds like H Money needs applesauce, like a baby.
Buck says Bucho Trudeau should channel his inner Islamic culture. Maybe I will. John Gonzalez says Bucho is the doormat of BDA headquarters. What do you mean? Bay Area Boxing says we need less Armenians. That's a good point.
That's a lie. We need more of them.
Pop-Tart says, can you mute people? No, we can't mute. I can mute people, but only for myself, not for everyone. I think that's how it works. Blue Collar Box Sports TV says, get corruption back on. Yeah, we'll try to get... corruption is a very busy man, from what I've heard. So he's all over the place. So...
what do you guys... What kind of predictions are coming up for that Errol Spence versus Sean Porter fight? That's next week or the following week?
It's at the end of the month, man. It's like the 28th.
Bro, I know it's somewhere around that area.
You don't know shit, Gypsy.
I'll pay attention when it gets to that point.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good question, but Gypsy, let's move on with what I've written down here because that fight's gonna come up later. Gypsy, did you see the press conference for the Ruiz AJ rematch?
I did, yeah. I didn't see all three of them. I think there's one for London, right? One for
there's been two so far. Oh no, there's what, three? Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, there's one for London too. I think there's three of them.
There was the London one today, or anyways, whatever.
I don't know, but I heard there's going to be three. I heard one in New York, one in London, one in Abu Dhabi. I could be wrong, but that's what I heard.
It was in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, but the New York one was like I think yesterday, and London was probably today.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Anyways,
yeah.
Regardless, did you notice anything? Some people are saying that Ruiz looks a bit scared. Not scared, but concerned.
No,
concerned.
He don't look scared, bro.
Concerned.
Nah, he don't. Concerned? Yeah, everybody's concerned. When you're a fighter, you're going to be concerned a little bit, but it's scare. Fear is more like on AJ's side. I sensed a little bit of nervousness in Abu Dhabi from Ruiz because like he felt like he was out of place. like the place, the environment wasn't like it didn't suit him right. He didn't feel right in there. But in New York, he felt confident. He looked normal. In London, I haven't seen the London if there is a London press conference. I've been hearing. But in the face-off when they were facing in Abu Dhabi, I saw like a overwhelming confidence over Ruiz's face. With AJ, I saw, man, I'm gonna stop you. I'm not gonna make you do that again to me. That kind of face, but I'm not sure if I can actually pull this off face. That's what it was. Like that's the vibe I'm getting off of him. And Ruiz was smiling. You watched that shit? He was kind of smiling at him.
He's always smiling.
When he was looking. Yeah, well, no, it's a different type of smile. It was like a smile, like a little excessive smile. You know what I mean? Like a little too much. That means like he knows exactly what's gonna happen, type of deal in his head. You know, that's what he's thinking. Like it's gonna happen the same, or maybe a little bit different, whatever. But their end result being a W.
I saw an AJ who looked more serious.
Well, yeah, he is more serious than the last fight because obviously he lost the belts, man. I mean, he's gonna have to be serious. If he doesn't be serious, then what the hell? I mean, you don't have to be serious like that, but you can be serious and be serious in the ring. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to be. Like, you can be joking around and be serious in the ring. That don't mean shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like you could hide that shit, that anger and shit, and you just throw it out in the ring.
The fight.
But I don't see him winning again. I think it's gonna be the same shit.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I put a video.
Place a bet with Precise. I think you have a bet with Precise.
Yeah, but I don't know what for.
I said we're gonna maybe figure it out. We'll make sure everything's set.
God,
everything's gonna be. It's gonna be a good bet. It's gonna be a good bet. This fight is called the Clash of the Dunes, December 7th in Diriyah. I don't know. So there's gonna be neutral judges. The judges will be chosen by the sanctioning body, which will be the Saudi Arabia Boxing Commission. I tried to look for a website. They don't have a website. I think they were created like fucking yesterday. So the ref will not be from the US or the United Kingdom. Ruiz and AJ will each choose one commissioner from the US and the UK to assist the inexperienced Saudi Arabian Commission. Because, like I said, I don't think it has ever existed before.
Wait.
Go ahead, Pete.
Who's reporting?
Who's reporting? I read this on Boxing Scene, I think.
Trisha Takanawa from Family Guy.
What's that?
The Asian. This is Asian report. Was it? This is Asian reporter.
Something Wong.
Anyway.
Trisha Takanawa.
Yeah, Trisha Takanawa.
Hey, but come on. I mean, how did the Super Series do it when they went to Saudi Arabia? They just got the promoter picks the goddamn judges. You think it's going to be like some like Arab judges? It's going to be
the
same judges that are always judging.
Yeah, but they're going to be chosen. Ruiz and AJ each will choose one commissioner. I don't know what the commissioner does, but they're going to be assisting the commission. And then the referee will be from a neutral country. Obviously, it's going to be an experienced referee, right? But from, I don't know, not from the US or the UK. And then the three judges... Sorry, okay, what the hell did I say? I said the referee will not be from the US or the UK. And the three judges, I think Eddie Hearn wants one from the UK, one from the US, and a neutral judge. That's what he's looking for.
I think that... Adelaide Bird should change her citizenship. No. The commission always technically appoints the judges, but I think they get a list together, like a big group, a big pool, and then they take objections, but it's going to be whoever Hearn wants and Heyman wants.
Oh, yeah,
hopefully
so
it doesn't even come to the
fair.
judges, you know?
Are you saying it's not going to be fair?
No, I'm saying it is going to be. I'm saying it's not going to matter.
Okay.
I think it's going to be fair. I think Al Heyman and Hearn are, I know they're rivals, but still, like, there's going to be, that's why Ruiz accepted the fight in Abu Dhabi, because I think those were the issues. There was a little, judging issues just in case the fight went the distance. Those are the reasons why he wasn't accepting the fight. Now he feels secure. He feels like if it goes to decision and he won by a close fight, he feels like it'd be a good decision on his favor. Yeah, because Ruiz, he ain't no pussy, bro. Ruiz, he will fight. You can tell. You know, he ain't no wild. He doesn't have that pussiness that Wilder and fucking Thug. Fury has pussiness, but Fury is different. Fury's more technical. You know what I mean? He's not a pussy technically, because he picks his fights accordingly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. He's not a pussy. Hold on, guys.
I'll tell you who's turning into a serious bullshit. And I know the UK guys have been saying this for a while, but I guess when he first came over here and started, I guess, doing a lot of interviews for DAZN, you know, I kind of like took Eddie Hearn kind of like, you know, he like stay after and give a lot of freaking interviews, you know, like you could tell the place is empty after
To
a lot
start
of
your
these
show
fights.
now, press 1.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just saying he gave a lot of interviews, a lot of time to a lot of different platforms, you know, trying to help the zone out. I understand that, but I like that he did it. He pretty much answered all the questions and everything else. But on this Joshua Ruiz fight, you know, he's a fucking Eddie Hearn. I'm not saying he's a bullshitter completely, but he's bullshitting a lot with this whole spreading the sport of boxing. And yeah, we got bigger offers. Did you get bigger offers, bigger site fees? Yeah. This is not the most lucrative offer. Hey, Eddie, you're doing yourself real well over here so far. Just shut up. Just say it is the biggest fucking offer that anybody offered these Saudis, and that's why you're going over there. Cut the shit, man. He's pushing this whole like spreading boxing to different parts of the world thing instead of the money. It's the money.
Gypsy, what do you think about this? Is this good for boxing? Expanding, going to different. Well, my sound's very low. Going into other countries. I think we lost Gypsy over here.
No, I'm good. What were you saying?
Yeah, do you think that it's a good idea to expand boxing by going into other countries and creating new markets?
Yeah, it is.
There you go, Pete.
It is.
There you go, Pete.
They've
It is. That's how you become. That's how you make superstars, bro. Muhammad Ali thing. Bob Arum's like. Did you hear what Bob Arum said about what he learned from Muhammad Ali? In order to become a superstar, like you got to fight in different countries, man. You got to be famous. That's how you become like Muhammad Ali famous. You fight in different countries. That's how you make your name.
I didn't see the boxing programs in Zaire and like taking off after the Ali fought. It's the money. That's why they went to Africa for those fights. That's why they're going to Saudi Arabia for this fight. I know it.
Yeah,
you know it. Bucho knows it. I'm not saying it's not good. I'm not saying it's not good.
Money's always there, bro. But people's eyes, you know, like how are you gonna make the sport more popular? How are you gonna? You have to give the spectacles out there.
They have a fucking Olympic teams and all that. They've seen boxing. They know what it is. I'm saying, let's keep it real. The only reason they're going to Saudi Arabia is for the site. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but that's the way it's been
for the money, man.
For the course.
The oil. Yeah, the oil is like ridiculous over there. That's how they're making that money.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the oil, but I'm saying the point is that Eddie, you're away, but Eddie Hearn, every time he gets interviewed about it, he's keeping it real on one point, which is that look, Ruiz signed the contract. The contract has already been signed. There is no terms. The terms were already laid out in contract 1, which is we pick the venue and we give an immediate rematch, no date, but an immediate. We pick the venue and we bump your pay up. So they don't want to have it in the UK. They could have if they wanted to, but I'm just saying, every time it comes up this Saudi thing, he's talking about how the sole purpose, number 1, is spreading boxing, and number 2, they had bigger money offers from somewhere else. Eddie,
I see what you're saying, and I got the whole picture because I was just like going off of what Bucho says. The thing is, though, yeah, it makes sense that if they really wanted, they wouldn't get the fight in Abu Dhabi. They'll be getting the fight in London, realistically.
Oh yeah, if the money was if they were given $51 million to fight in UK, motherfucking fight would be in the UK. But they're not bringing those kind of fight fees.
What I'm trying to say is that they couldn't get the fight in London because Ruiz didn't want the fight in London.
Yeah, it don't matter what Ruiz wants. He didn't want it in Saudi Arabia either. Remember his security,
but
judges,
yeah,
but my wife can't wear a fucking show her face.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That is also true. But the thing is, though, Abu Dhabi is a neutral zone supposedly. So if he says anything, he can't really. There's only a certain point he could defend himself. If they say, okay, we'll give you all the security, we could do all this, we could do all that. Are you still not gonna fight? He can't say no to that shit, bro. Like it's already a neutral zone, and Al Heyman's backing him up, and he can't. He obviously ain't gonna say no. And I know why he's saying no for those reasons. He has a good point. I would do this exact same shit that he's doing. No different after the Parker. And what I saw with him fighting against Joshua, fighting against Parker and all that stuff, I would not want to fight him in London also. If I know the fight's going to be close. If anything. If I know if I'm going to destroy him, fuck yeah, I'll fight in London. I'll fight anywhere he wants. That's the difference. He's not, even though he's confident that he could beat him, just in case, he's like, I'd rather have some kind of backup. Just like how Terence Crawford had with Jeff Horn. He could have fought Jeff Horn in Australia, but he chose to fight him in America and forced Bob Arum to do it. Because Australia would have been all right too, technically.
Didn't you guys say it's all about the money?
It's absolutely.
Yeah, but now it's about, oh well, I'll sacrifice some money to make sure I get the decision or something. I mean,
who said that?
Well, Crawford didn't fight in Australia because why? Because he was scared of getting robbed, or because the money wasn't there?
Both.
I'm not saying I know one way or the other.
Okay, hold on. Thunderdome Boxing, thank you for the contribution. He says, showing my support, great show. Yeah, Thunderdome, the legend of the YTBC. Check out his channel. Everybody knows Thunderdome. I don't even need to promote Thunderdome. Anyways, go ahead, Pete. Sorry.
No, I was just saying that I don't know specifically if Crawford was concerned or not. Like, I guess we'll really never know, but look, it's always about the money. It's their jobs. Professional boxing, no different than professional anything. It's a business for all of these guys, right? It's always really, in other words, fucking Andy Ruiz, I don't know, let's pull a number. Let's say he's 15 million. It went up from 9 to 15. If you offered him 20 million, he'd have his ass to the UK, literally in Anthony Joshua's backyard, really in his real backyard. He would fight there for another $5 million. What the fuck does it matter?
Pete, remember, he asked for 50 million. Obviously, there's a price. If you ask a certain price and AJ goes, yeah, they'll obviously go like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll fight in London. I mean, there's a point. Everybody got their price tag, you know what I mean? But they're not going to give him 50 million for fighting in London. So they're like, fuck it, Abu Dhabi it is.
Yeah, I didn't hear him ask for 50. You know.
Yeah, he asked for 50 to fight in London. You want me to fight in London? Give me 50 million and I'll fight in London. And he said no. Of course he's going to say no. So the fight is pushed to Abu Dhabi. And Abu Dhabi, they're paying, the sheiks over there are paying a shit ton of money for that fight to happen.
It's not in Abu Dhabi, though, just so you know. It's not in Abu Dhabi.
Where is it at?
Saudi Arabia.
It's in
next to Riyadh.
Yeah, it's in Saudi, the capital, just outside the capital.
Yeah. All right, we have McGregor Boxing, who was begging for a link. Are you there?
Migsy.
Don't tell me I'm begging, bro. You're a Mexican in Canada. You're begging for a fucking warm day.
Begging.
Hey.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to find the sound effect over here.
You damn right. I'll take every one of you sorry pieces of trash on.
That's right, McGregor. That's right. Well, you're finally on the show. Holy shit.
Well, you need to turn your volume up, bitch, because you sound like you're like...
Oh, fuck Christ.
On a submarine.
Hold on.
How about me, Migsy?
You sound okay.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to turn that up. Hello.
There's a lot of settings on this Discord.
Yeah, I can kind of hear you, Bucha. But no one will hear you above somebody else.
Hey, I will tell you guys one thing that I noticed about this Discord is that things sound a lot differently using this Discord app while we're on here than it does the YouTube broadcast. Like, for instance, I was telling Precise to turn up his mic. I was messaging him last show or a couple shows ago, and I listened on YouTube. He sounded crystal clear and nice and loud. But
you guys can increase my volume, by the way. like turn it up on Discord. Just click on my icon over there and just.
I've already got you maxed out, mate.
Fucking shit. All right.
I can hear you now.
Butcher trying not to wake BDA. Now BDA is at his Bible studies.
You know what I like about Discord? It's it works better on my phone. Way better on my phone than Hangouts. Hangouts was kind of weird. If I got out of the call, my phone's kind of crappy too. I haven't replaced it since who knows when, like 2 years. So when I get out of Hangouts call, I had to I couldn't go back in to like mute myself or whatever. You guys, if I left it on with the speaker, you guys would hear me, but I can't go back and turn off the speaker. So I had to like get out of the conversation, then go back in. With this one, I have no issues.
All Boxing Talking News says, I heard some opinions that AJ should keep to his original style, look to pressure and land power shots. He should stop trying to be Klitschko. What do you guys think about that?
I don't think it was enough like Klitschko in that first fight, man. I'm saying, he was kind of got a little wide, a little loose, a little early, I think.
He's got to get a hint of little Parker in them, bro. A little bit of Joseph Parker. If I say Tyson Fury, that's overdoing it, or Mayweather style, whatever. Just a little bit of Parker in him, a little bit of slipping the punches with his head. He just doesn't know how to do that kind of stuff. He's got to learn a little bit of that shit, and he might even knock him out if he knows how to do that. He might even knock out Ruiz. Not really quickly. It'll take a while before he knocks him out, but he can knock him out if he does that. But he ain't gonna be doing that shit. He doesn't even know how to fight off his back feet. He never learned.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at the chat. I'm sorry. Did anybody hear anything about Wilder's fight in December called off?
Yeah.
Speaking of heavyweights, I don't know. I don't mean to drag the subject around, but that struck me. I just heard like a little snippet about it before I came on. I didn't know what the hell that was.
Yeah, but I didn't find many articles on that. But they're gonna change the date, but they're still gonna keep it this year, I think, because as you guys know, Wilder's supposed to fight Fury in February. So it's not like they can push that fight to January, because then next month he has to fight Fury. So I don't know.
No, I think if they cancel that fight, then he just sits out until Fury.
It's not canceled.
Like the top headlines right here is Wilder Ortiz 2. Announcement is imminent. Let me see something.
Yeah, do the research, please.
Okay.
Update us.
That fight with Wilder and Fury, if it happens in February, I'm driving to Vegas. My ass is going to Vegas with a bunch of dudes. We didn't watch that shit.
Is the fight in Vegas? We know that, or?
I'm pretty sure it's going to be Vegas.
Wilder Ortiz?
Yeah. No, Fury Wilder 2. Fury Wilder 2.
Oh, I don't know where that fight.
110% it's in Vegas, bro.
Didn't you see 100%. The first fight at the Staples?
Yeah, I did. I'm going to go watch the second one now.
Yeah, you should.
Definitely, bro. I mean, that's like a historical fight, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's one of the weird, freaky fights.
Yeah, it's too bad before we get that fight, we gotta watch Fury fight some bomb, and then watch that stupid rematch between Wilder and Ortiz. It's like, why, man? Hopefully somebody doesn't get knocked out, man, because
I don't mind Ortiz versus Wilder. I don't really like what Fury's doing, but I guess he needs to fight two bums to fight Wilder, like last time.
Yeah.
He fought two bums to fight Wilder. Now he's gonna fight another two bums and fight Wilder again. Maybe he fights another two bums and then fights like AJ or something, like Ruiz. You never know.
Yeah. But by the way, guys, the phone lines are open. If you want to call in, the number is on your screen. I was gonna say something I forgot. God damn it. Go ahead, guys.
Okay, on this, I don't know if Jimmy's waiting to talk or something. I see Jimmy in here.
Is Jimmy there?
I am here, man.
Oh,
there's Jimmy.
Welcome.
What's going on?
What's up, Jim?
I'm just chilling and listening.
All right. I didn't see you, man. So welcome to the show.
I don't think I have my picture. Am I just that little goofy green icon thing there? Is that me?
That cartoon thing, that little green and white thing.
Oh, fuck. I gotta put some kind of picture there or something. That's fucking kind of corny.
Put a Floyd picture or something.
That's something.
Right, I know.
That's something what's his name, the Epstein would have, you know, like. No, listen. Let me read this article here. This is earlier today, the time here, 4:00 today, right? So this article is about Wilder Ortiz 2. Excuse me. It says, announcement imminent. Few remaining minor details are being ironed out. Multiple sources, boxing scene that on Friday, those issues will be rectified soon and that an official announcement's imminent. It'll likely be announced next week, which will afford everybody involved in this pay-per-view event more than 2 months to promote it. I guess they're calling it. What I'm finding interesting is this: that Wilder and Ortiz are both Al Haymon fighters, considered Fox Sports as PBC's broadcast partner for the Wilder Ortiz rematch, but he ultimately chose Showtime. I don't know. That's interesting because they just got on with Fox, and Fox is doing a good job.
Well, yeah.
Well, Epstein's pissed because they've been giving everything to Fox. He actually made a public stink about it, so they're probably kicking something to him.
Espinosa, right?
Yeah, Espinosa. Yeah. Epstein's not pissed.
Yeah, Espinosa, yeah, that fucking weirdo. Yeah, he came out publicly saying, you know, what the fuck's going on? Why is Fox suddenly, you know, benefiting from all? Like, I'm the one who put these kids on, you know, Friday night fights or whatever their platform is there, you know, before they make it to Saturday night. He went in and saying all about that and saying now all of a sudden that they're finally reached pay-per-view status, why is Fox, you know, benefiting?
Showbox,
Showbox. Yeah.
Showbox. And then, and honestly, to be my personal opinion, why they're trying so hard to squeeze this Ortiz fight in, because Wilder almost lost last time against Fury. And he knows if he does lose, it's going to cost him untold millions in that fight against fucking AJ. I mean, it almost takes the legs right out of it. You know what I mean? It goes from making 35 million to making 7 million type money. You know what I mean? If he loses. So he's trying to get one more. So he's going to fight the 54-year-old dude from Cuba on a pay-per-view. So that's another pay-per-view I didn't even realize. So isn't that going to bring up PBC to over $600 for 2019? But they're fucking, you know, but they're having hard-ons about the fucking 99 for DAZN.
Yeah, guys, the way I look at it, both these guys are gambling big time. I think Wilder's taking a little more higher risk than Fury is, because Fury is picking up guys that are unknown, never heard of. And then they're going to fight a major fight, I'm pretty certain, in Vegas. But they're like pretty much gambling with it, you know, putting in higher stakes till finally they just try to cash in Vegas. But even then, you know, the concept of fighting each other is still like, they're still gambling fighting each other in general. I think they're both like cautious of each other. Wilder's scared from Fury as well, because the thing is that he's calling out AJ. He's like, I'll push Fury aside if AJ wins the Ruiz fight, so he could just go ahead and finish and settle whatever he had with AJ before it's too late, before he loses to Fury, you know? There's these little things going on around there. There's mental games, little mental issues, like psychological problems going on between both of these guys.
Yeah, it's just money.
We have a phone call, guys. Sorry to interrupt, but we have a phone call. 818, you're on the air. 818.
Hello?
Yeah, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Bucho?
What's up? Muscle memory?
That's right.
What's up? What's on your mind?
I just first things first. It's pronounced Wahhabi Arabia, so let's get that right.
All right.
Yeah, and then I had a question for Bay Area boxing, just out of curiosity, because he didn't respond to me in the chat. Why the negative perception of Armenians? So if you can, give me a concrete reason why.
Gypsy.
Yeah. So.
Who? What? Me? Why are you asking me? That's Bay Area. I'll answer that question. I mean, do you want me to answer it?
No, I'm asking Bay Area because he didn't respond to me in the chat.
But Gypsy, you can
man,
answer
it's
this.
like racism shit, bro. Our Mexicans in the LA region, bro, they're like that against Armenians, and Armenians, they're, you know, but I think we're mutually cool with each other usually. But you know, it's a race thing, just like how blacks against Mexicans, it's the same shit. Whites against everyone else. Everybody hates the white man. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's like that. It's that's nothing, you know, nothing special to me, honestly. I got a bunch of Beaner friends. Should I say? Oh my bad, Mexican fans. I got a bunch of fucking, you know, I got a lot of friends like that, bro. I got Colombia. I got the worst one out of all of them was probably the Colombians. Oh my god, man, those motherfuckers. Yeah, but it don't matter, bro. All that shit is to me don't mean anything. That's just what do you call it? Fun.
All right. Anything else? Muscle memory. Want to talk about
Yeah, speaking of
Wilder?
Armenians, I'm uploading at the moment. I'm at 88%. I'm uploading Azar Hovhannisyan's fight from last night. So if anyone's interested to see it, it'll be in HD on my channel in like several minutes. So
All right.
there's
Check
that.
out. Yeah, we'll post a link in the description again of your channel.
Hovhannisyan? Yeah, my bad. Is Hovhannisyan what weight division is he in? I've heard of the name before.
I think they're at 122. I think it's 122. He's a Freddie Roach fighter. He got the KO in 4 last night.
Okay.
All right.
I'll look into.
All right. You want to talk about Wilder and Ortiz too, being postponed, or you want to talk about Fury?
Yeah, I don't mind. Or whatever you guys are kvetching about today, I don't mind.
Well, there's well, we're talking about Epstein here, Espinosa. Hey, by the way, guys, I was gonna tell you. Well, what do you guys think about the Showtime schedule? Because I'm on their website. Let me just post it on the screen here. Here we go. Oh, there we go, guys. You can, if you have the screen on, you'll see that they only have one upcoming fight here, and it's for October the 5th. It's Clarissa Shields against Habasine. That's the main event. WBO Junior Middleweight World Championship. Very exciting. Is this why they want to make? Is this why Showtime wants this pay-per-view? Because they don't have anything on their schedule.
Well, Showtime has they have bi-yearly budget. They get budgets for sporting events. Usually, some businesses do a quarter. Showtime, just like HBO, used to get it bi-yearly. So usually they just sign up. They run out of money every year. It's always this year, September through December, and the PBC historically since 2015. If you go back in their calendar, have been garbage because they by then they run out of the money for the year. So they got no money to pay fighters, and they're looking if any of their fighters involved in anything. Usually, it's off the back of another promotion or it's a pay-per-view right now. Because I mean, what's proof to that is Spence has to put fucking Garcia onto a pay-per-view in order to make that fight, you know, to get paid for it.
Are you saying that Showtime is on life support, or it's gonna die soon?
Well, it's not that Showtime finance. It's just whether they're you know, the bottom line is, I mean, Espinosa, yeah, he's one voice in a conglomerate, you know, business. The bottom line is they're going to look at the bottom line. If that shit isn't turning a profit and there's only so many years, we're going to do it. And then if you do actually have somebody following the sport on the board and they say, but why is fucking Heyman the guy that you rescued? Because make no mistake, after fucking he shot his load and nobody bought any of his, you know, fucking programs, and he was handed that lifeline by fucking Showtime. You know, of course they released it as, you know, he signed a contract. No, basically Al said, okay, you know, he was like a fucking kid who went out and got the best apartment after, but he couldn't afford the rent. He had to go back home to his dad's couch, and Showtime put him back in. But now he's set and he's putting fights on Fox. So at some point, Showtime going to say, maybe that was Espinosa like sending out the first red flag saying, listen, if you don't start giving me these fights if they're on pay-per-view. Because remember, pay-per-view, that not only doesn't cost Showtime any money, they make fucking 50% of the gate or 50% of it. So think about that. Every time Fox gets a pay-per-view, that's a kick in fucking Espinosa's fucking doodles, big time. Because that's just gravy to the carrier if it turns a profit. Whether it does or not, doesn't matter. They get paid. So yeah, that's why he's pissed about seeing him keep on getting Fox pay-per-views.
So yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I mean, I was asking if Showtime Boxing was gonna, like, they're making a profit, and if they're not making a profit, maybe they'll just stop getting into the boxing business, just like HBO did, you know.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah, yeah. We don't need boxing on premium cable. I mean, it's pointless in my opinion. All right. Anything else they'd want?
Plus, they blocked my. I was trying to upload the championship rounds from the Adonis and Grozdik fight a couple nights ago, and they blocked it. Like Showtime, and I think CBS owns Showtime.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So the hell with them.
All right. Anything else you want to say before we move on?
I guess I uploaded just like again real quick plugging in my channel. Yeah, go ahead.
Tell him fuck. What's his name? What's that douchebag's name? The Mexican. What was it? That dumbass guy that you were talking about.
What?
Now, what was that fool's name?
The
guy that
Bay Area.
The chat.
Bay Area.
Bay Area. Fuck Bay Area. Say it. Say it, bro. You're up from that.
Well, I was just asking him what the perception is. Maybe we could change his mind. Because last I checked, it wasn't Armenians that are pushing like all the, what do you call it, like the global homo multiculti pedo shlomo clown world that he bitches about all the time.
This is a family show. This is a family show. All right. Yeah. Plug your channel.
Oh yeah, it's muscle memory, and I made just a short 2-minute clip of my pound for pound top 10 list, and I've been uploading fights in like 1080, 720 quality and stuff. So if you guys want to check it out, please do. I'll be grateful.
All right. Well, take care. Maybe you can call in later if the phone lines are open. All right. Take care.
Cool. Thank you again.
Take care. All right. So also we have Recognize. Recognize, are you there?
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yep. Clear.
Okay.
Matrix, what up?
What's up, Pete?
We're talking about now we're talking about Showtime and Espinosa. So I don't understand. So Espinosa, what's the long-term plan here? They're gonna wait for next year to have some fights again. What's gonna happen to Fox during that period? I don't understand. Like there's separate. I don't know. Anybody knows?
What do you mean? I don't know. Well, I mean, Showtime's all but out of boxing. Jimmy brought up a point about Espinosa saying about being upset, this, that, because he made the same remarks when he stepped in ahead of that purse bid with Brazil, if I'm not mistaken. It was down to the wire, and they were going to have a purse bid. They didn't know who was going to carry that fight. I don't think they had a buyer except for Showtime. If you remember, Espinosa he gave an interview that he was at the meeting there with the WBC, and he said the same exact thing that Jimmy just talked about. He said, I was there, representing Showtime. We feel that we'd like to have him on our channel because we were part of his rise and all this. And if I had to guess about it, it's probably that when Wilder and Joshua does happen, it is going to be pay-per-view. And I think that depending on where it is, Showtime's going to have the right to air that pay-per-view fight on Showtime pay-per-view. Otherwise, they're not really doing much boxing. Clarissa Shields is headlining one of their cards. I got to not miss that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's the kiss of death. She was the last card on HBO, too.
I don't want to hear kisses of anything with her. Ooh, good Lord. But anyway, someone in the chat, I don't agree with this, but someone in the chat said that she looks like Charles Martin. I think it's fucked. I don't agree.
Yeah, she does.
She does. That's beautiful. She does look like him.
But no, what Jimmy just said about what Espinosa said recently, he said the same exact thing during that Brazil, I don't know what you want to call it, not contract dispute, but that fight didn't have a buyer, I don't think, for a while, if you recall.
I think so. By the way, Omni in search in the chat is saying similar to how HBO left boxing, cash out with pay-per-views with barely in any regular TV fight cards. So yeah, this is what Showtime is doing, cashing in on pay-per-views apparently.
Well, they don't want to get Deontay Wilder. They don't want to let him get too far off the reservation because once he gets established with Fox is doing a good job on their pay-per-view production. I mean,
everything.
I don't know if you have channel Fox, regular cable. If you take it up the ass like me for regular cable, Fox has probably got like 10 sub channels. There's Fox Sports 1, there's oh my God, there's like 20 Fox channels, sports channels. And like if you notice with ESPN, with Top Rank cards, sometimes the damn boxing gets preempted by fucking women's softball, some shit. Like they don't really, they'll preempt boxing. They'll go over boxing if something's going live. Like,
Yeah.
one of the Lomachenko cards one night got preempted by baseball or something. So, but the thing is with Fox, they play all their prior fights leading up to these pay-per-views. And then the actual production, if you like American football, it's familiar to you. It's good.
Pete, why you take it up in the ass, bro? Why? It's unnecessary.
Why what?
Well, ESPN isn't doing that anymore now that they have the app going. That was when they were first on ESPN, so they had to wait for the Baseball Hall of Fame, I think it was that night. It was ridiculous. The fight was like held off 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
But now that it's on the app, it goes off on time.
But I'm saying, Jimmy, that's the pay-per-views are on the app, right? But anything aired on ESPN is still aired on ESPN, right?
Well, if it's maybe they have a Friday night fight series. I know they have their new ESPN Top Rank app that they show all their fights on now, like the DAZN app. So you can get all of them and they fire off on time because it's on the app. At least that's my experience. I bought the app.
Oh, I bought it too. You got to. But you know what, Jimmy? What I wasn't necessarily trying to downplay ESPN, but I was trying to kind of say that.
Oh, I wasn't defending them. I was just throwing that out there. I wasn't defending them. I think they've been putting on a lot of fucking caca lately myself.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
they were all guilty of that, you know?
I'm just saying, though, Showtime's concern is not wanting to let Wilder get too far down the road with Fox, because I think Fox is doing a good job with the production of the pay-per-view. More in terms of the lead up to those like Spence and Garcia, for instance, right? They were playing all these prior fights from Spence and Garcia, as many as they could on those Fox sub channels that are on regular cable. They got that PBC show on there with that chick, that Matrix fancies, that I can't remember her name, but the one that Sean Porter is one of the panelists on.
The British one?
Yeah, that one.
I don't know what her name is. Recognize what's her name so we can Google her. Anyways, continue, Pete.
What's her address? Recognize, you know it.
Yeah.
No, the what's it called? So I'm just saying they do a pretty damn good job of getting the word out about these fights coming up. They got the airtime.
Well,
go ahead.
And yeah, I agree. But the thing with Fox, though, brother, right? They're going to go by their ratings, and I checked the ratings after all the Fox fights just to see, and they've been like finishing behind like Square Bob fucking pants and shit, like really home garden center. They've been some of their fights even on like Fox primetime have been just absolute dogs. So I think that's the reason why Heyman's throwing them the pay-per-view. I'm only guessing, pay-per-views, because I can't see how after giving them $50 million, which in the scheme of things isn't really a lot of money, but and they didn't post one single good rating. And because any fight that even whiffs at decent, they put on a pay-per-view. So if you look at the ones just on Fox, just on Fox.
Yeah. I'm talking about.
Oh, you're talking about just the pay-per-views. Yeah. So yeah, no, they're dumping all kinds of money. They got huge budgets. And I think maybe Heyman's saying, fuck it, I might just, because when he has to deal with Espinoza, he's a fucking big personality. You know what I mean? I think he tries to control a lot of things. And I definitely know he bitches about the quality of fights. Because he knows a lot of these fights are fucking. I mean, who's Charlo fighting next? I mean, he's fighting some fucking scrub. They're all fighting scrubs.
Some guy,
you know
some
what I mean?
bum.
Jermall Charlo's fighting Dennis Hogan, the guy who fought
Munguia.
It's Jermall. It's Jermall who's fighting.
Yeah, just
no,
say the
Jermall.
54.
Yeah, Jermall's
say the
fighting
54 or the 60 Charlo. Don't forget Jamal and Millie.
It's the
Vanilli,
60
Jamal.
Charlo.
Imagine that shit. This fucking dude has made his name off of, hanging off of Triple G's back after every fight. Where are you, Canelo? Where are you, Cinnamon? Where are you, Triple G? Like, you fucking clown. And then all you fight is one fucking, parking lot attendant after another. The dude's just a fuck. I'm losing all respect for that dude.
Canelo dropped that WBC belt.
Coming up on Triple G.
Well, didn't drop it, but
a nice one. It's gonna be a real nice one.
That's your WBC champion.
Is that Gypsy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hello. What's up, bro?
Oh shit! I like the pink hat and the the neon light, the neon glasses.
Nice. Hey,
better to see me in the dark, bro.
60 Charlo is your WBC champion now, so watch your mouth. Don't talk bad about it.
Oh yeah, I heard. What's up, champ? I should call him Neo from Matrix, bro.
Call me Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
How the hell is Charlo fighting? Like, you know, I'm not gonna say I don't know the guy enough to call him a bum. I don't even know who he is. How the hell is he taking such a soft fight? Maybe that's a voluntary, or that's WBC #1.
Well, the excuse is gonna be that he wanted to fight Canelo, but Canelo got promoted to WBC. What was it? Franchise champion. Yeah, franchise. So now all the Charlo fans are saying, "Oh, well, he wanted to fight Canelo, but Canelo avoided him."
Yeah, good. Hey, Jacobs walked right up to him in the fucking hallway at Barclays, cornered him. It was funny too, because Charlo was running his fucking dick suckers right before that, and Charlo, he walked right up to him. He's like, "What's up? And it was crazy. The best footwork I've ever seen come out of Charlo. That's, you know what I mean, backpedaling.
Well, Jimmy.
Yeah, he didn't want nothing to do with that.
Jimmy. There's rumors that Danny Jacobs will fight Chavez Jr. at 168 or 170.
Oh, good God.
Sounds good.
Another sparring session. I wouldn't fucking watch that fight if they were fighting in my backyard.
Jimmy, that's good, man. That's a good fight. I would like to watch that. That'd be interesting because this is not a Chavez Jr. that's drained by Canelo. It's gonna be
but it's Chavez Jr., dude, who's been dicking us around for years. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna give somebody any time if he doesn't fucking give us the fucking, respect we deserve coming in that fat fuck. You know what I mean? Not training and shit. You know what I mean? Fucking treating us like we're punks. You know what I mean? It's just so he didn't respect the sport, so I think the sport should be done with him.
He's treating himself like a punk. He ain't treating us like punk. He's just treating himself like a punk. That's fine though, because he's a
dude. When I have to pay $99 to watch you fight Canelo, and your fat ass shows up like that, and you put on a performance like that, he punked everybody.
Eating
that
cereal,
was a joke.
Wolfing down Cheerios instead of training. Jimmy, do you think that if he applied himself, I'm saying, I think we're past it now. The ship has sailed. It is what it is. But
yes, I think the kid had some natural talent. I think actually, yes, back in the day, if he really because I'll tell you. One thing, the kid is tough. I mean, I don't think he's ever been knocked out, right? Kid can take a fucking beating.
Fonfara.
What's that?
Fonfara stopped him on a stool, if you remember. Remember that? I don't remember.
Exactly. But this guy, again, because he was a fat fuck. He was just sucking oxygen. You know what I mean? Like, that was like the Anthony Yard. Like, that Kovalev jab really didn't knock out Yard. That was just, like, the punch that knocked him over. He was just too tired to get up.
It did, you know what I mean? Push him over with that jab.
Exactly. He was too tired. It was the same thing with that quitting on his stool. No, he can take a fucking beating. I've seen he's taken some monster shots.
Sorry to cut you off, Jimmy. I think Canelo's biting more than he can chew against Kovalev. I think Kovalev's speech is gonna be a pain in the ass for Canelo. And it's gonna be he thinks he's gonna take the shots pretty comfortably like he was taking Triple G. But the difference is Triple G is a little bit shorter, a little less of a reach. Yeah, he still pops harder than Kovalev from what I've been hearing, but
I don't know about that. I don't know.
No, he's gotta catch him on. He's gotta catch him on the end of the punch, though. See, the thing is, my theory is this: everything that Canelo does well is what Kovalev. It coincides with what Kovalev does poorly. Like, he has a horrible mid-range. He has no inside game at all. It tie up. That's his mid-set. That's his in-game. And I'm telling you, I just see those double left hooks to the body. And I think he's, you know what I mean? My personal opinion, I could be fucking wrong, but my opinion, I think he's going to fold him within like 6 or 7. And I think he knows that.
Too much.
Again, that's just my opinion. I don't want to get in a fucking fight about it.
Oh, no, we're getting into a fight.
The thing is, though, him folding him like that, I mean, he doesn't hit as hard as Yard, first of all. He does not hit as hard. I doubt that fool Canelo hits as hard as Yard or Alvarez. He just doesn't have that kind of pop. He will give him trouble. Maybe he beats him by decision. I mean, that's more likely, but still tough, like really tough, because he has to first get in the pocket with Kovalev, and Kovalev's jab is going to keep him away. What I was backing on Yard when I picked Yard was yards stopping him because he catches him because his power is going to overwhelm him. But apparently he took the power very, very well, man. He almost stopped him, but it
Canelo is calling out Kovalev to avoid the Triple G question. That's all that
not
is.
just Triple G,
guys,
man.
guys,
He's
sorry
No,
to
I said
interrupt.
Canelo is calling out Kovalev.
Sorry to interrupt
avoid
here.
the Triple G question.
All right, we have a caller here. 585. You're on the
I
air.
agree.
585.
How you guys doing? This is Vince.
Oh, Vinny, what's up?
Oh,
How you doing, Bucho?
I'm great.
Yes,
I'm
I
great.
have one thing to say to recognize. How is Canelo ducking Triple G when he just gave him a pounding in the second fight? Okay, and he's fighting a bigger guy in Kovalev. Please explain
What kind
to
of
me.
pounding did he give Triple G? What kind?
Doggy style. No.
Are we talking about triple?
Well, let me ask you, you're an honest guy, caller? Are you an honest dude?
Jimmy, don't.
Hey, caller, let me ask you a question. You're honest, right? If I ask you a question, you'll be honest with me, right?
Sure, Mr. LSD.
This guy's a troll.
Okay,
This guy's a
let me
troll,
ask.
man.
Then let me ask you this question. On all honesty, in that second fight, who was the only fighter who was visibly hurt? Who's the only fighter whose corner, the minute they got to the stool, said, "You all right?" What now? What fight did that happen to? And let's be honest, that happened to one fight. That was Canelo. He was the only one
that
rocked.
was in the
Look, Vinny Mac,
Canelo
we never talked,
Jacob
right?
fight.
Vinny, give me a sec. We never talked, bro.
I guess
You're looking at the fight. You're looking at the fight.
Sure, go ahead.
Like we all looked at it with the camera. Look, rewatch that shit carefully, bro. Rewatch it with a different camera angle and see if some of the shots is Canelo actually landing them, or is it actually touching the gloves of Triple G? And if some of the shots were just devastating enough to just bruise Triple G's face, bro. And I'm not a Triple G fan anymore. I have my reasons I'll explain later. But I'm telling you, Triple G won that fight. And not just won it like a close fight. He won it very obvious that he won it. He just boxed the shit out of him. He didn't fight the way Canelo was going to fight.
The first one, he definitely won. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You
second
can't
one too,
find
bro.
one. The second one, I'll give it was close, but the first one, you can't find one credible, fucking decent member of the media to a professional fighter who says Canelo won that fight.
Canelo's shots, a lot of them landed on the arms of Triple G. They're now scoring blows, and then a few of them actually landed low. Wasn't actually touching them. That's probably why Triple G.
Carl, what'd you say? You have to disagree with what? Oh, sorry.
Sure, no. All I have to say is, all I know is in the second fight, Triple G looked like he got ran over by something, and also Canelo hit him with a body shot, and I swear, Triple G looked like he was backing his ass up. You know what I mean? Canelo hit him with that,
bro.
that
He did
shot
land some really solid
and
shots.
It hurt him, guys.
Vinny Mac, he did land some solid body shots, but a lot of them were blocked. The ones you noticed that were considered like really devastating shots, and I admit it, he did land those shots and he backed them up. But that one shot didn't count for the numerous amount of jabs he got in the face, power punches, and then the right hands every now and then would clip him. He was like banking on that body shots would stop him. It didn't work. He almost got stopped himself because he was banking too much on the body shots.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so are we saying jabs are more valuable than power punches? Because if it is, then I'm gonna just hang up right now, guys.
About. And when you look at the face of Triple G, it does not mean because some people get marked up more easily than others, that doesn't mean they lost the fight, bro. Just because I get marked up quicker than someone else, does that mean I lost the fight when I'm beating the crap out of that person? I mean, you can watch
It's an opinion judges. It's a total up to the judges. Some judges hold jabs as good as a good solid jab to the fucking snout. I'll tell you right now. Or what? All right, now what do you count better? Say if you coming in right, David Lemieux, boom, he was hitting him with left jabs. Fucking, I'm telling you right now, dude. I've been hit with every kind of punch to every part of the body you can imagine. And for me, the two of the body, number one, the body shots are just horrendous. And a stiff jab to the beak because you get that flashlight, your eyes fucking water. It sucks. Exactly. But anyways, now when Triple G hits you with that fucking jab, which is like almost a straight right by some guys, or a fucking body, what's counted a pop, anything what's a power shot, which is not a jab. So if he just throws a shot, hits Triple G in the arms. So just because it's labeled a power shot doesn't mean it caused more damage. You know, and it wasn't it didn't connect well, but it was a power shot that landed because any power shots hit the body, it lands and they count it.
Vinnie Mac, I could hit you with a jab to the face. The same shit that fucking
recognize.
Triple G does the same shit that Triple G does, and I tell you, I will hurt you almost the same way as if I did with my left hand, because I'm fight southpaw. Almost the same way. I'll back that up. I'm not even joking when I'm saying this shit. I will hurt you with the fucking jab. The jab is that if you use it efficiently, it's that effective.
Yeah, no, brother. If you've ever boxed, the jab, people don't realize somebody can jab well. It's an effective punch if thrown right.
Yep. Dude, Lomachenko beat the shit out of somebody just off of jabs. Nothing more. Just jabs. He knocked him out.
His whole attack is based off his jab. Everything's based off his jab.
Rigondeaux.
Yeah,
He was hurting Rigondeaux with the jab.
There was a fight early on in his career. There was a fight early on in Lomachenko's career where he injured one of his hands and he was using literally just a jab.
Perry-Pino.
Yeah, Perry-Pino, yeah. That Perry-Pino fight, he was injured and literally beat the hell out of him off the jab. Nothing else. No right hand. Nothing.
And that's how you beat somebody with just one hand. That's pretty much how you beat somebody
Also,
with one
guys,
hand.
I have one thing to say. When is Jermall Charlo going to get his shot? I mean, Canelo's scared. Triple G is definitely
When he
scared.
fights someone
I don't
fucking
understand
relevant,
why
when he
Jermall
fights someone
Charlo's
relevant.
not getting his shot.
He's on the wrong side of the street. Vinny, he's on
No
the
one
wrong
cares
side of the
about
street.
Jermall Charlo.
Dude, Jermall Charlo's had contract offers to him. He's made all kinds of different claims why he couldn't take it because he was getting married supposedly at one time. Listen, there's all kinds of shit behind the scenes. And no way, chance in hell is Canelo or Triple G ducking him at all. Listen, his name doesn't bring the money. Listen, Triple G, Charlo just doesn't bring the money. His name isn't that heavy in the business. So obviously these people who have invested in Triple G, because they're going to want all kinds of money on that side of the street. And in fact, all that money would be made off Triple G's name. If you were Triple G, almost like, why would you do it? You know?
Listen, fucking, what I gotta say is Jermall Charlo, a lot of people thought he lost to Korobov. And the guys thought no one in the top 10 at middleweight. And if you're sitting here and saying, when's he get his shot? He gets his shot when he fights somebody who's actually worth talking about beating a middleweight. He's fought absolutely nobody but Brandon Adams to win the WBC title. Well, he got given that title. Let's be real. He didn't beat anyone of note to win that title. He's fought no one at middleweight. Fair enough, he did work junior middleweight, but middleweight, he's not even worth talking about because he's not fought anyone in the top 10. So he'll get a shot
once.
He'll beat when he beats a relevant opponent in the top 10. Someone like an Andrade or Jacobs. Then we'll talk about him fighting Canelo, but he doesn't deserve that fight.
You don't just fight cans and then demand the fucking cheese. You know what I mean? It's bullshit. The dude's ducked everybody. He's fought Highland. He's fought one-legged dudes, and all of a sudden, he wants Canelo. Fuck that.
WBC champ.
He was a WBC mandatory though.
Yeah, but
he fought no one to get that as well. Fought absolutely nobody to get that mandatory position.
This franchise designation now has alleviated him. He's never going to fight Canelo. He never doesn't have to fight Canelo. He's the WBC champion. He's done nothing, and he's got the strap now, the green belt. It's fucked up.
It's almost bad as Adonis Stevenson's 135 title, right, man? He's fought nobody to get that.
Charlo doesn't deserve it. Okay, fine, but Andrade definitely deserves it. You can't.
Yeah, he does.
That.
Yeah.
Steve in the chat is saying that.
And they're avoiding him.
Steve in the chat is saying that Charlo should fight Eubank Jr. Would you like to see that fight, Eubank Jr. against Charlo? Blech.
It's better than who he's fighting, Ben. It's better than who he's been fighting.
Hogan.
But you guys notice since their careers elevated to the point where they were forced to do VADA, neither one of the brothers seemed to be sparking people out. In fact, remember before they went on that sparking people out tour, they were actually, one brother was kind of known as just a boxer, had no power. Then they both started devastatingly knocking people out. That's kind of gone by the wayside, huh? Shocker.
I honestly think I don't think it even has much to do with I don't think the VADA thing's even, I think it's just a public relations thing. They don't even have, they blew those tests off after the fight that he just fought against Korobov, excuse me, looked like shit. Charlo did. Shit, they blew the testing for that. Remember they said they were on vacation like 2 weeks before the fight. And if you notice the presser that the release, the statement from VADA, from Goodman was like, from now on, we're going to take this seriously. And if you mistest for the clean boxing program, you could face elevated fines. And then that was the list went down from there. So they can basically indicated they could pay their way out of missing the test. I just think they're too much hand feeding with these guys and caught up with them.
Hey, you guys honestly think that Triple G would have fought Davidenko if they didn't mandate it?
I can't say it one more time.
What?
Echoing?
Go ahead, repeat that.
I'm saying, you guys understand? Oh, man, I'm echoing for some reason. Give me a sec. I'll come back in.
All right, hey, Vinny Mac, anything else you want to say?
Yes, I do. Mr. Bucho, you
Yes.
said you wanted Jermall Charlo to go against Chris Eubank Jr., the same guy who got outboxed and
somebody
embarrassed
mentioned
by George Groves. Are you kidding me? You've downgraded
take his
Jermall
name,
Charlo
Vinny.
to that?
I
Is that
did
where
it,
we're going
it
right
was
now?
Somebody in the chat.
Repeat
Who in the
yourself
chat
again?
said-
Sorry,
It was
Bucho.
somebody in the chat, Vinny Mac. It wasn't me. But I
Who in
wouldn't
the
mind
chat
seeing
said
that
that?
fight. I wouldn't
Oh,
mind.
okay. I'm sorry about that.
Hey,
These
Vinny
guys
Mac,
in the
Vinny
chat,
Mac,
I
would
love
take
them all, but they don't know anything about boxing. I need to educate those guys too.
That's
Sure,
right.
go
Vinny
ahead.
Mac. I would take Eubanks Jr. to whip Charlo's ass.
See, this is coming from a guy who said Triple G won the second fight. This is exactly what I'm talking about, Bucho. It's guys
He
I
did.
recognize who do
He
not
did win
know
the
how to
second
score fights.
But
Most people
hey,
agree with-
Carla, you
Most
know who
people
else
agree
said?
with me. Most people agree
Carla,
with
you know who
me,
else?
Vinny Mac.
Hey, Carla, you know who else said Triple G won the second fight? And this is a fucking statistical fact. This
Yes.
isn't my opinion. 88% of print and fucking television media and a poll of 92,000 people on an HBO poll took it. 82% said Triple G won. So 88% of media,
These are all
82% of
Triple G
fans.
fans that are voting. These are all Triple G fans that are
Yep.
voting.
Dude, it
while
was an
all the
HBO
Canelo
poll.
fans are celebrating drinking Coronas right now, or drinking
Okay, but
Coronas back then.
what about the media?
Excuse me.
What about the media? And all the fighters?
There's some media that believe that Triple G won. There's some media that believe Canelo won. Most boxing.
No,
Right,
bro,
but
listen.
but Vinny Mac-
Listen.
Say
Go to my
Canelo
Twitter
won,
page,
and
bro. I
agree
have the
with
list
that
of the brother. Go to my Twitter page. I have the list in my media of all the fucking reporters. It's like 75 of the top. Anybody who's known for writing about boxing in 3.
Hey, you
fucking
know
said
who
Canelo
thought?
won.
You know
3.
who thought Canelo won? You know who thought Triple G won the fight? Punch stats.
Sure, go ahead. Recognize.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, Vinny. Punch stats thought Triple G won. The punch stat.
Listen, there's this guy on YouTube that does the punch counts, and I don't believe those punch counts. Okay.
No.
And
I'm not
also,
talking about those. I'm talking about the
listen,
official
so you guys are
punch stats.
Sure, go ahead.
The official
I'm
ones.
sorry.
Vinny Mac, I'm talking about the official punch stats. The official HBO punch stats thought Triple G won that fight.
No, I refuse to. You know what? I'm gonna watch it tonight again, and I'm gonna score it myself again. Okay. And also,
Okay, but-
so you guys are
okay,
insinuating
Vinny
that
Mac,
Triple G
this
got
is what I'm
robbed
trying
of
to say.
second fight for all his
Let
stuff,
him
right?
finish. Go ahead, Vinny.
Sure, go ahead. No, I was just saying, are you guys insinuating that Canelo just robbed? It was highway robbery, and he robbed all those belts from Triple G.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes. That's my opinion.
I disagree, guys. I disagree, guys. I'm sorry.
You want to know why?
And I'll just be honest, and that's your dude. And that's your right to have your opinion. I respect it, but just know, factual, you're in the minority. That's all.
Vinny Mac, You know why I
I
say that?
disagree.
This is just my opinion.
What's that, brother? You disagree? You're in the minority.
I disagree with this. I believe Canelo won. Not only did he
Okay,
win,
but do you disagree? You're in the
he gave him a
minority.
whooping that night.
Do you disagree? You're in the minority.
Not your skin color. Your opinion on the fight.
Yeah, that's what he means by minority, not like you're black or
in the
Mexican
manner
or something
that
like that.
I thought Canelo unanimously won that fight. I thought he clearly won.
Okay,
the fight.
and again,
I'm sorry.
you are in a very small minority of people believe that. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
When I just said
calling, man.
a list of all those.
Call again later, Vinny, if you can. All right, take care.
Guys, have a
Vinny's
great
not going to fall for the
Wait a
banana.
minute. Vinny. When you
He's
watch
gone.
the
Guys,
fight,
we have to
don't
move
watch
on.
it off
We're
the
stuck in
camera where
Canelo.
you see Canelo's back. Watch it off of an angle where you can actually see all the shots, if they're actually being landed or not, if they're countable punches. You understand what I'm saying, bro?
And you will admit that you saw the fight, right, Vinny Mac? So you will admit that Triple G did get hurt in that fight.
Anyways, Vinny's gone,
Plus,
guys.
gingers have no
Vinny's gone.
souls.
So all I'm saying is that you can't dominate when you're getting hurt in a fight. Like that's not what I would consider a dominant. Now, if he came back and hurt Triple G, like in other words, he's getting his back, and then there was more times of him actually hurting Triple G, then I would say, yeah, you have a good argument for saying he dominated, but that didn't even come close to happening.
Who's talking? Who just said that?
Me.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm writing your name down for Vinny Mac.
All right, guys, did you notice that?
Vinny, you can't pretend that the what's her name, Natalie Bird, didn't exist, bro.
Adelaide.
That bitch didn't exist. I mean, that person was a female, whatever that was. That Bird. That was a real thing, bro.
All right, let's get away from that fight because I'm bored to death, man. Talking about Canelo Golovkin.
Vinny, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, Vinny. Don't fall for it.
Did you guys notice that Andrew Ruiz looks fatter than before? And then
Yeah. I noticed that, dude. I thought he might have tried to lose some of it, but no.
Well, Jimmy, this is what Ruiz claims that he will be. Well, he's aiming to weigh in at 225 pounds for the rematch.
Ruiz?
Yeah.
No, 255.
That's not a good. No,
255, my man.
255 is good. 225, I think he's hurting himself.
He ain't making 225.
Yeah.
255.
25 pounds of cutting, baby.
Yeah, maybe.
He just should tighten up. It's just not a good look to see them titties flying all over the fucking ring. You know what I mean? Just come on. Almost should have a tank top on. Fucking dude got fucking C cups slapping all
Shake
over the
them
place.
titties. Let me see your doo-doo breath.
Come on, man. Somebody should be throwing ones at that fucking dude.
Hey, you know what?
Milkshake brings all the Arabs to the yard, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, guys. I'm sorry.
He's stupid.
Bucho, are you reading this? This is off of boxing scene.
That or bad left hook or something like that.
Well, they do the headline in there. The article I'm reading is 255 is the goal, which I think is, I guess, is doable. But then in the article they quote him as saying, "I'll be two." Oh, there it is, 255. Okay, yeah, 255.
Then I mean, yeah, it has to be that because 225. I mean, fuck, that's too much. Man.
No, he ain't too. He ain't.
In the first
The
fight,
thing
he
is-
weighed in at 268 pounds. And by the way, just a footnote here. Andy Ruiz in his first two professional fights, you guys want to know how much he was weighing? 297.5 pounds, and in the second fight, 292 pounds, man.
That's a husky boy right there.
How old is he right now?
That means he got some serious will to win, bro. He got that stamina. He can carry that weight like what's his name?
Yeah, he's also got diabetes.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I mean, yeah, you can say diabetes as well, but he's tough, man. He's a tough kid. That's what that means.
How old is that kid right now?
Nobody's saying that he's not tough. You think he's fat? Maybe he doesn't have enough discipline.
No, I'm just saying, like a lot of people who carry that weight, they can't hang.
Well, how old is he?
Yeah, I'm trying to get an answer for you, Jimmy. Hang on.
30,
Like early 20s, right?
30,
I believe.
30.
I think late 20s.
Ruiz? Ruiz
Yeah.
is in his late 20s, yeah.
Late 20s, but he's still
29.
in his 20s. You
Yeah.
watch, dude. Guys like him, they've been in boxing for years, and they never last because what's going to happen? He's going to come up, hit a cliff. It's just going to be one of those days where he's not going to be able to jump around, carry that fat. his body to just give out. I'm telling you, his knees are going to give out. You just can't jump around and be that kind of fat.
You know something? You're right, Jimmy, because I knew a kid when he was younger. He was a little bit on the shortest, not short. I mean, like 5'11", that's short. He weighed 250, 260. And boy, when he was younger, he was fast as fuck, man. If he hit you, you were out. And more than likely he was. But like he hit a certain age, like you said, knee problems, ankle problems. Plus he put on more weight.
Right. It's in every sport. Remember that fat kid who played for the Brewers? He was the
Prince
Cecil
Fielder.
Cooper's kid. Prince Fielder. Thank you, brother. Bingo. He was fat as fuck, but when he was 21 years old, he could fucking doing splits, scooping balls out of the dirt, crushing
and then
the ball.
Retired
Dude's
out of
career
nowhere.
was done. Yeah, at like 28. At 28,
and you know why he had to retire? Because
he was fat as fuck.
And here's the thing: this is where you know it was serious. He had like 6 years left in his contract, and he had to retire.
$30 million a year.
Making $30 million a year. Yeah, maybe like 25, but you get what I'm saying. That's a lot of money.
Crazy money.
I look at it this way: he goes 12 rounds, he's losing calories, bro. He's fucking like all that calories.
I'm just saying he needs to make his money now because guys who have physiques like that don't have longevity in sports. They just don't. Their bodies break down.
It depends. In my opinion, I think that not all people are the same. I'll say it depends.
Well, I just go by every fat dude in pro sports, like truly fat guys in baseball. They never make it into their 30s. Well, other guys play till in their almost 40 if they're real superstars. It happens all the time. No, you'd see it.
Let's not pretend that he might not be able to cut 20 pounds. I mean,
listen, I have all the power to the kid. I hope he loses a ton of weight and he fights for another 15 years. I'm just saying, you can't fucking live off rice and beans, blow up, and then fucking, sweat it off. It's rough. It takes a lot on your body. It's a lot on your joints.
A guy like Ruiz, if he does want to lose weight, this is the problem that I have with guys like him that just want to lose too much weight fast. They should do it gradually. So like whatever, let's say if his goal is to get down to 230, 235, he shouldn't do it all in one shot. Like maybe he could do it. I don't know, but I wouldn't suggest it. So if he came in at 260, his last fight, the goal should be like to get down to at least maybe 245. The next fight, 240. The next fight, start working your way down 235, but don't do it all in one shot because that's how you lose your energy and or your power, your strength, and next thing you know, you're getting knocked out if you try to do it all in one shot.
That's true. That's true.
I think to Jimmy's point, the physique just shows a lack of discipline, but I think the weight in general, just playing sports with a lot of, I don't care if you're like Joshua's physique, I think his knees will be just as worn out. That kind of weight, the frames get bigger and the muscles get bigger, or the fat gets increased, one or the other. But the ligaments and the joints are, in essence, really the same for a 200-pounder. Really, they don't increase, they don't grow, they just get strained more and more. And especially in the knees. It's fucking.
That is true, man. Yep.
Just that much weight, that human knee for a 200-pounder or for a 300-pounder is the same cartilage and the same ligaments, same tendons. They all get worn out.
Even for myself, I feel like when I weigh a little too much, like over the normal weight that I'm usually at, I start feeling that shit on my knees. That's the first place I feel it, man.
Me too.
Yeah.
My shoulder, my fucking,
my back.
Knees.
And my
Matrix, you got some weak knees, bro. What you been doing with them knees, bro?
Fuck you.
They also say in this report, in this article here, that he was, let's see, so he was 262 in the fight before Joshua. That was 6 weeks before Joshua. That he took Joshua on short notice, so he was 262 in the fight prior to Joshua. He was 268 for Joshua.
Wait, he weighed 268 in the Joshua fight?
Yeah, that night, yeah.
Damn, he didn't even look that big. He doesn't look that big.
Yeah, well, that's what, when he tapped Joshua, Joshua's like, what the fuck happened?
Now I know why he was flying all over the fucking place. Fucking 268. A guy that weighs 268 could do that to you, bro. That makes all the
recognized.
I don't think
he lose weight,
too,
though?
man. I don't think he's 6'2".
even if he's not, Jimmy, Pete,
Oh shit.
dudes that are like, let's say he's like 6 feet at best, a 6-footer at 268, 270. That's a lot of power when it hits you.
Recognize. So should Ruiz lose weight then?
I think he should do the same thing he did in the first fight, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Shouldn't be his primary focus. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just do the same shit you did in the first fight. If you have to make a little adjustments, fine. 265, 260 is fine with me because it was obviously hurting Joshua.
But Gonzalo in the chat, Gonzalo, I sent you a link. He says more concerning is AJ's muscles than Ruiz's fat. Guys, I posted a picture on your screen, and you can see that AJ is losing weight, and this is for real, man. If you guys can go on YouTube, you'll see this, man.
He's legitimately losing weight, man. This dude's lost, I'd say he's lost about 12 pounds of solid muscle.
Guys, you gotta look at this, man. It's true. And this was shot in Saudi Arabia a few days ago, I guess, they're shooting some footage for the promotion.
AJ's going back to what made him. I think he's going for speed and explosiveness before the Klitschko fight. I think he's trying to get down to 236, 238.
Rival, that's not going to help him out, though. It's a mental issue with him. It's not none of that shit.
I mean, that's your opinion. I mean, no offense, Gypsy. I don't listen to you most of the time.
It's like, it ain't just my opinion. I thought it was my opinion only, but it's like a lot of boxers out there saying the same shit. It's a mental issue, bro. He has mental problems. Let's not pretend that he doesn't.
He probably does. But anybody who goes into the ring to get punched in the face has a mental issue.
Not like that kind of mental. I'm talking about like mental as in like he has quit in him. Like there is quit in him. I sensed that shit from the Klitschko fight, but I didn't know it was that bad until he fought Ruiz. He does
what hint tipped you off when he got up off the canvas and won? I'm just busting yourselves, dude.
Hey guys, recognize Jamie, everyone. Can you guys see what I posted?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Yeah. Take a look at that.
Okay, I'll tell you something. A guy that size.
Look at his shoulders.
Yeah,
Smart.
Yeah, I
That's
don't.
what you
I
need
don't
to get
like
rid of
that.
that fucking shoulder.
You don't like that?
Yeah, but I don't like that. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell. I don't. Look. Joshua's problem is stamina. He's not gonna feel right fighting like this if that's the plan to come in that way. That's not a good way to lose weight.
Honestly, he looks the same to me.
He
doesn't look much of a difference. I don't see a difference. I see a little, maybe, no. I mean, there's no way. Maybe the legs.
Look at his clavicles. Look at his collarbones.
Yeah.
Look at the meat on the left compared to the right.
So do we know the
thickness of his chest and traps?
Do we know the shot on the left? I'm gonna stop talking. Staring at a dude's picture after this. But do we know the shot on the left was definitely like right before the Ruiz fight?
No, I don't know. No.
I'm just saying, man.
He was just as big.
Yeah.
And he was actually 248 all muscles versus Ruiz in the first fight. And I disagree with people when they say he wasn't allowed to take his steroids. Well, look, first of all, we don't know if he does, but if we're going by evidence of the body, he definitely, whatever you thought he was doing in the past, he had to be doing in this fight because he was just as big. He got beat up by Ruiz that night. That's the only reason why people are saying that. Okay, now that picture, the recent one, not the all muscled up one on your left or on my left, the one on the right, that does not look good at all. That sunk in the shoulders, I wouldn't play with that. Whatever he's doing, it might hurt him in the fight against Ruiz.
Somebody on the chat is saying the left side is photoshopped, so this is all pointless.
Photoshopped. He was 247. He was 247 against Ruiz in the first fight.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this much: the heights for both guys. In sports in general, even going back to college sports, the stated heights are a little bit. I think they're
over-exaggerated,
embellished. Yeah.
But hockey, dude, everybody added an inch. It was just a
football,
given. You always added an inch.
I think all sports, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I will say this much: if it's enough, if either one of them lose weight and it's enough to visibly see on them, guys that size, over 6'2", and that kind of weight, to even see it on them, it's got to be substantial, you know.
He lost a lot of weight. Whatever the fuck is going on, he lost a lot of muscle. He lost a lot of muscle in his upper body. That can't be good.
But why not, man? How you
Well, first of all, I mean, does he look ripped and shredded than the other picture where he's all muscled up? I think no.
Well, to bring it back to what
I think that chick that he's with, she got AIDS.
All right. To bring it back to what McGregor said, what were his weights like prior to that Klitschko fight, McGregor? Like you were talking about going back to, because every time since I've noticed the guy, since the guy's been on the scene, all I've seen is these workout videos of him doing cleans and fucking. He looks bigger in his workout video. His workout videos looks like a fucking NFL defensive end or something.
Well, you know,
he looks like 280 in his workout videos. The ones where
he's all puffed up. That's why he's all pumped up with blood.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that don't matter, man. Like all that muscle don't matter. If he could train off of that shit, he could increase his conditioning off of that shit. It's all in the head. He does that shit, he can pull it off. The weight will come off naturally if it's meant to come off naturally. But I don't know what his conditioning training is
well,
like.
If he's on any mother's little helper, all he has to do is just stop taking it. It's funny. He looks kick his nuts back on, and he just shrink up anyway. Naturally.
Hey Jimmy, I know you're good with this because you've worked out all your life, and you've even said that you use steroids and stuff like that, right?
I did.
Yes, I did. The funny thing is that when I see him in the press conference, he looks fine. Now, can you like explain how sometimes when people, you know, obviously with clothes on, when you got your shirt on and everything, you may not see the difference, but when somebody takes off their shirt and that muscle looks, how good can that possibly be in such a fast turnaround? In other words, less than a year, and we're talking about it.
There's two trains of thought there. It'd be if he was taking juice for years, right? It's the emotional and mental part that when you come off it, dude, it's crazy. That's fuck the physical withdrawal. The mental is nuts. But so you got to deal with that. But if he's because of the money he has and he's a walking corporation, believe me, he's in Germany. Before he would get off anything, they would do a blood workup. They would literally biodegrade, literally make stuff for him that would kick his nuts on to the 10th degree. So he wouldn't go through that lag. That's the worst part, that you're waiting for your nuts to turn back on. The older you get, the longer it takes. But so he would have the best of everything to get him back mentally. And I'll tell you right now, your shoulders, I know both. I mean, when I boxed, obviously I was thin compared to when I was all fucking jacked up. You know, I mean, I was 70 pounds heavier from when I boxed. But even when I was like getting big, I'd hit the bag and it was so much slower and so much more robotic the bigger my shoulders got. So it's your back. If he keeps his back nice and thick and he keeps his legs nice and stout, I wouldn't worry too much about shoulder girdle. If anything, that carries a lot of oxygen and it makes you tired. And by the end of the fight, it feels like a piano on your back. I always thought his shoulders, he was too busy looking like an Instagram champ. You know what I mean? So
yeah, right. He was an Instagram host.
Yeah. I'm saying these guys got strength and conditioning coaches that I'm saying it's not like he walks in there and like opens up a spiral notebook and goes, "What do you want to do today? Let's do fucking shoulder press and cleans." It's like they're put on a program. Here's the thing. Here's what I'm saying. I'm not arguing. I'm not even saying anything different than Jimmy's saying. But what I am saying though to everybody is like, all right, Ruiz is too fat. Everybody's getting on Ruiz for being too fat, and then everybody's jumping on AJ for being too muscular. You know what I mean? Like, you can't fucking hold it against the guy.
If he was muscular, brother, from just doing regular push-ups and stuff, calisthenics, if he's muscle bellies with that round, then all the power to him. Because I tell everybody, if you're training for a fight, put the weights down. You don't need the weights. Do between the chair push-ups. You know what I mean? With plates on your back. Do chin-ups. Do wide grip pull-ups. Run. Do stairs. You know what I mean?
I know that.
Right? Exactly.
Matrix knows that. But I'm asking.
400 pound Tyson Fury. Can I say something?
Hold on, boss yourself. Can I ask a question?
Right,
hold on, Jimmy. Do you guys? This is a question to the panel. Do you guys think Joshua has like a mental disorder? Like he has to look all
I can barely hear you.
You can't have fat on him. I said, does he have a mental disorder? You guys think he has a mental disorder?
Everybody hear
like
that question?
He has to look.
Yeah.
Everybody in their life who ever looks like that, because I did. There was times in my life I could take my shirt off. I had an 8-pack. I was jacked. Of course, absolutely. You become addicted to it. It's reverse anorexia. Believe it or not, it really is. Every time I looked in the mirror, I thought I looked scrawny and malnutritioned. And and other people would say, "Dude, stop getting bigger. You look kind of stupid now." You know what I mean? But to me, it didn't seem that way. So yes, absolutely, you get addicted to that.
Not that I would.
I'll
know,
tell you guys.
Not that I would.
I'll
know
give you guys my opinion.
Dropping too much weight, but Jimmy's right. I have friends that used to shoot a lot, and they would go up to, let's just say he was my height, like 6'3", but naturally very, very thin. Very, very thin, probably 220. Well, he'd go up to like 280, but like Jimmy said, a little too much. A little too much with the shit because looking a little ridiculous. He'd get off this shit, and then he'd go down to like, he still keeps some of his gain. It wasn't like he just shrunk down to a blade of grass. He went down to like, let's say 240 and very lean. Always has been very lean, unlike me. And he felt like shit. He fucking would say his pants are hanging off of him and he feels like shit. He looks like shit. I go, you look fine, man. What are you talking about? I mean, like you couldn't tell the kid any different. He looked better at 40 than he did at 80. Because like Jimmy said, at 80, he's starting to look like the Ferrigno type of too much. But he wouldn't hear it, man. He would never hear it. Would not hear it.
Can you guys hear me?
Disorder. Yeah, go ahead, Gonzalo.
Look, I was gonna say something.
Okay, go ahead.
I was kind of cut off by apology. I was gonna say 400 pounds of Gypsy King Tyson Fury would have fucking done a better job than AJ that night. I'm just telling you that much. 400 pounds of Tyson
400 pounds, really? 400?
Yeah, yes. Yes.
I'll probably 250 or 300. I think 400 is too much, man.
Yeah, 400 is a little too much.
Dude, it's a mental thing with that fucking
400 pounds is too much.
I know.
Of course,
bro. I know it's kind of much.
Gonna barely hit Joshua.
And the reach advantage that Tyson Fury has, everything, he could have still lasted a lot longer than what fucking AJ lasted with. I guarantee.
Who we talking about? AJ Tyson versus AJ or Tyson versus Ruiz? What's your point, Boxing Styles? Who are you talking about?
What I'm trying to say is all a mental game. With AJ's mental game wasn't there. His boxing skills is another issue, but that's another thing. His mental game wasn't there. It
all right,
just
guys, we're getting to the part of the show when it's getting like too crowded, and we still have to take phone calls. So bear with me here. 512, you're on the air. 512.
What's up? Number one caller here, BDA Boxing. Remember me about the D-Crack thing?
Is this Jackson?
I'm a big fan of you. Uh-huh.
Jackson?
Uh-huh.
Jack?
Yeah, the D-Crack. I'm D-Crack.
Huh?
Okay.
Remember me? Yeah, I remember you from the other day. It's D-Crack.
D-Crack.
I know you can hear me.
No, I can't.
I know I'm on stream. I'm number one caller.
Who's that?
Huh?
Who's that guy?
I don't know. Sounds like a secret admirer.
I know. Anyways, Gonzalo wants to say something. Go ahead, Gonzalo.
I was just gonna say that the main thing here is the stylistic matchup. Anthony Joshua has a hard time dealing with the pressure fighter that throws a lot of punches. And once Andy Ruiz gets on his chest, how's he gonna react to that? Anthony Joshua could do better against a guy that throws a good two-piecer. It doesn't matter if it's hard, but if a guy throws a 3-4 punch combination, whether it's not as hard, but it's just 4 shots that are fast and they're up close, Anthony Joshua can't react very well to those punches because he's not as experienced as Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz is a better boxer.
Exactly, Gonzalo. That's what I said in my video too. He's a 1-2-3 maybe. 1-2-3 maybe. That's what he is.
Andy Ruiz is definitely the more confident of the two. You can just see the way he's carrying himself just in interviews. He totally believes he's going to win this fight. You can see it. He's been boxing ever since he's 6 years old. So to him, it's like natural. He said it himself. If there's one thing that I only know how to do is box.
Anything other than that, I'm not really good at. You know, other than like maybe working with my dad. But I've been doing boxing ever since I've been 6. And he
Bitch is
only
learning
lost
how to
like 3
spend money
times.
pretty good. I
Yeah,
said,
and he
bitch is
only
learning
lost
how to
3
spend
times.
money pretty good.
Yeah, he only lost like 3 times as an amateur. The first time was against a guy that was 12 years old. He was 7. Okay, and he thought he won that fight. They actually gave it to the
Come
older
on,
kid.
he was fucking 7. He fought him. No, that's
He was a big guy. He was like it's like Pacquiao, you know, when he had to put quarters in his pockets, but the other way around. He was like a 300. Yeah. He was a 7-year-old kid that was like 250 pounds plus. He was just a big kid, or 200. I don't know at the time. He was just a big fat kid. That there was no kids. Just think of Mike Tyson when he was coming up. There was no kids that he could compete against because he was just that much naturally bigger than the other guys. He had to fight like 19-year-olds.
That I could see. That I could see. But I think they put him in there with a 12-year-old. Kid was a small 12-year-old. Kid was just playing around with him. Like, look, I've been around boxing gyms long enough to know that you must be talking about an extraordinary 7-year-old to be in there and giving a close fight to a knows how to box. You know, so
well, you put in there a novice. You put in there a novice that's a 12-year-old against a 7-year-old that's been boxing ever since he was 6. 1 year prior to that, that's gained a little experience and is big and's got natural quick hands. Okay, natural talent. And you never know. I mean,
the first time I saw Ruiz was the Parker fight, bro. And from that point on, I was like, this guy got skills. I was like, I'm not even joking. I was like, this guy got skills, and I probably give it to him for that fight. I was like, but I was leaning because I wanted to see Parker beat AJ. I thought he had the skills to do it, but he doesn't have the will to win. He's not the same. You can see it in the Dylan White fight. He doesn't have that same will. Yeah,
Pacquiao's son.
Ruiz
is something special, bro. Ruiz ain't no joke.
I thought Ruiz
Pacquiao's son. Pacquiao's son is 18 or 19. He just got beat by a 15-year-old.
Yeah, that I could see happening. Okay, once you're talking about teenagers, 13, like let's say you got a 13-year-old fighting an 18-year-old. There's 13-year-olds that it's highly unlikely. There are 13-year-olds that can beat up an 18-year-old. I've seen that done. And it's not shocking to like many people. Like for Oscar De La Hoya, what was his name? Rafael Ruelas as an amateur, 13. Ruelas was 17, and he almost beat Rafael. What happened? As a pro, and he knocks Rafael Ruelas out, knocks him the fuck out in 2 rounds. So you see, like that can happen. But when you're talking about a 6, 7-year-old against a 12-year-old. I don't know who the 12-year-old is. He must be small. He must be a small 12-year-old with the combination of Andy Ruiz being an exceptional 7-year-old, meaning he's big for his age, stuff like that. Then I can see that. But if you're talking about a 12-year-old that's like average size, he's starting to grow versus a 7-year-old, I mean, I can't see that. Nah.
Well, mind you, I said okay, he lost that fight. That was his first fight, but he, in his heart of hearts, actually believed he won that. But anyhow, he lost that fight against a 12-year-old.
There's no way, really any way to prove that. I'm not saying he didn't. It could have been it just could have been a get in the ring and see what you could do with this 12-year-old. And the 12-year-old was probably playing with him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
it could have been.
Dude, you also got to look at his amateur record.
That
what
was
his amateur record, Gonzalo? What's his amateur record?
105, 110 and 5. 10 wins
That's
and 5 losses.
Spectacular, man. That's good. That you have to respect that shit, man. And then he has only one loss.
Of course you got it, yeah. 5 losses, 110 and 5.
No. Well, that's what people used to say. That's what people used to say. Respect a great amateur record until Lomachenko, and now that's who gives a fuck. Who does that matter?
Let me tell you something, and I mentioned it many times before. The best amateurs from Mexico come from Physicality. Okay.
Yeah, I heard that too.
It's not like there's a lot of good amateurs in Mexico. Let's be honest.
But he was saying like the best ones don't come from Physicality.
I know he's saying.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah.
You also got to think, Andy Ruiz, he's naturally a fat kid, all you gotta do is look at his brother, and no disrespect. You gotta do is take a look at his mother. His mother is a big woman. With all due respect, I'm serious.
What do you say about his mama?
He says, "Well, they got a lot of ass."
No disrespect, but
her mother's big boned. You know, she
Big
even like,
boned.
she,
I
yeah.
feel like a mama joke is coming around.
Jesus.
No, you know.
No, I mean, listen. I get what you're saying, Gallo, but I think he's fine where he's at. I'm being honest with you. I'm thinking that if he goes in there more or less the same, do the same game plan, catch him coming in, catch him with some heavy shit on the top, he could probably win again.
Well, guys, who looked?
Yeah, if it go ahead, Bucho.
No, just gonna say who looked worse, Andy Ruiz or Buster Douglas when he fought Holyfield.
Buster Douglas got really fat.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying, is this the first time we have a legitimate heavyweight champion that's like looking like that?
What do you
Buster
mean,
Douglas got kind of lucky with the Tyson fight.
Buster Douglas got into cocaine and partying with hookers. After you get all that money.
You also got to think.
I can't hold that.
Buster Douglas' mother died.
That's what Buster Douglas got. 13 count, bro. 13 count. That's what Buster Douglas got.
Buster Douglas was in shape. His mother had died. He turned in the performance of his life, bouncing off the tip of his toes like Muhammad Ali, throwing that jab, taking advantage of the situation when Tyson was going through a rough time in his career. Okay, so it was a mixture of things. It was a combination of things.
I think Muhammad Ali said fear makes people light on their toes. I think it was Muhammad. I know one of the chimps said that about his performance.
Yeah, but you know something? That's their fault. Like all this stuff, Joshua had a bad night. That's not my problem. Joshua had a bad. That's not Ruiz's problem.
Right.
Ruiz is only responsible for himself. Just go in there, do his fight, and he's confident that if he brings his A game, he could beat you. And that's the only thing. All this stuff about Anthony Joshua was like, he was having anxiety, partying. Well, I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm just saying that that's only his fault. That's a knock on him.
You can't take away from
guys.
Fuck that.
Do you think
just take this
at some
phone
point
call.
someone should take him? Oh, go ahead, Bucha.
Yeah, 512.
Hello?
No, finish.
512.
Hello. There's number one caller here.
Yeah. What do you want to say?
Number one caller.
Number one caller.
What's up, number one?
Number one.
I don't know if he's still there. Anyways, what were you gonna say, Apology?
There's a number one. There's got to be a number two.
Anyways,
who's number two?
Go ahead,
Yes, hello?
Apology. Yeah, Apology.
Yeah, I was going to say, at some point, doesn't it, do you take, like, oh, fuck. Let me start from the beginning. At some point, doesn't someone that knows Joshua take him aside and be like, yo, calm down, stop partying, focus on the fight, stop having a panic attack? That's the responsibility of his, team. That's what the team's there for, to prepare you for a fight, physically and mentally.
But
I
don't
agree
know
with
the
that.
situation, but I think some guys surround themselves with yes men. And if you're living off that gravy train, you don't want to say no to the dude. Because who knows? He might be the type of dude, you're in an entourage and you see one of those kids have a head on straight. Come on, man. Next you know, that dude suddenly isn't in the entourage anymore. You think,
They get rid of him. They get rid of him. Yeah,
what happened to fucking me? Yeah. He was talking too much.
At the same time, that's a true sign of a true friend and true person that's part of your team. Even if you're risking,
brother. You're 100% right, bro.
Tell him, yo, stop partying, stop banging these hookers, focus on this fight.
I got nothing to show that he did that though, man. I got nothing to show that he was partying. He's a noticeable guy. He's 6. Man, you're calling him 6'6". He's a big fucking boy.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
If he's out around Miami, everybody in Miami got a goddamn phone with a camera out at all times, constantly.
No, I think he just did his normal thing, right? Maybe he called up a few girls to come up to the hotel room where he can't be seen. But I guarantee you, he does the same thing in the UK where he was winning fights.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
He's 29 years old. He is the boss. I mean, he is the captain.
The girls love him over here.
but he's relatively young too.
like him over there.
This is what Eddie Hearn should have done. Should have pulled him out in the locker, slapped him a few times.
He's
an adult. He'll get fucking smacked right back.
Though, if he's a 29-year-old kid, I'm saying kid, he's 29 years old, and he overlooked his opponent and got clipped for it, then it's really just about how he's going to handle it. Is he going to handle it as a lesson, or is he going to handle it like a mental noose around his neck now for the rest of his career? It's from the way he handled it after the fight to the next day to his statement to this press conference here. I think he's handling it very well, to be honest. You know, you can't take away anything from Ruiz, and he's not doing that. I'm glad he's not.
All right, hold on,
Many
guys.
people, go ahead.
484, you're on the air. 484.
Yo, this is the real Jackson, but when you're a professional athlete, you don't get fucking panic attacks and little panicky, scared attacks before a fight. I played professional hockey in Canada, and if you're a consummate professional, you're not having a panic attack. Your mind is in the right place. I don't buy that at all. So there's no excuses for Joshua. He was not a real pro if he was having a panic attack before his fight.
Hey, what do you play hockey?
I would understand if it's first time fighting pro, bro. That would make sense. Like, oh, it's his first time or whatever. But how many times has he done it?
Yeah, first
against
time
90,000 in Wembley.
Yeah, but you compare boxing to hockey.
No, I just wanted to find out because you said he plays pro hockey. Junior hockey?
Flyers and Team Comcast.
I'm sorry, what team?
Team Comcast, Philadelphia Junior Flyers, and then I went and played in Canada.
Team. Yeah, no kidding, huh?
Yeah, I played in the Chowder Cup up in New England a couple of years ago. Always used to be up in. You're from right outside Boston, right?
Yes, sir. No, I'm a big hockey nut. Played my whole life, so that's cool. Congratulations, man. That's all. I didn't mean to change the subject, guy. I just wanted to. You guys get back to what you were talking.
No, it's all good, but I just wanted to say that if you're a real professional, like Cus D'Amato used to tell Mike Tyson in his biography, what makes a real professional a pro? And Mike would be like, because he gets paid, right? And he's like, no, a real professional can perform under any circumstances. It doesn't matter, what's his name? The guy that beat him, Buster Douglas, his mom died a couple of days before, and he had the fight of his life. I don't want to hear that Tyson knocked him out in the eighth. He was beating the shit out of Tyson all fight.
Hey, was Buster Douglas's mom a fat woman? Because that would have been a big loss, bro.
Oh, come on, man.
I don't get what they have to do.
That's why the channel's not getting more subscribers. Just
hey. Exactly, bots and stuff. Just ruined it once again.
That's why the
no, but
that's
you
why
guys
the channel
understand
ain't
what
growing.
I'm saying? A true pro does not get distracted.
Yeah, listen. It's hard to predict how someone's going to react when a tragedy happens in their family, right? Like losing your mom, whatever. But you still got to go out there and perform. So I agree with you in the sense that, look, man, when you win, nobody asks you questions. When you lose, everybody starts looking for the reason why you lost. It just simply comes down to, you had a bad night and the other guy fucked you up. He was better than you that night. That night, he was a better fighter. Maybe you could prove it later on that was fluke. You know?
Hey, look at Joshua's credit, right? Oops, sorry, brother.
No, really quickly.
I didn't mean to talk over you.
I was just going to say one quick example of that is look at Vernon Forrest and Vernon Forrest was very good. Look at Vernon Forrest's career versus Sugar Shane Mosley's career. And you will see that that's just a case of he couldn't beat Vernon Forrest. But if you look at Shane Mosley's career in terms of resume, he had a better resume than Vernon Forrest.
You could be like everybody else.
Right. He was beating everybody else, but he couldn't beat Forrest.
That happens as well.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. And what do you guys think? Do you think that's going to be the case with Joshua? Because I studied a bunch of Andy Ruiz's fights, especially taller guys with big right hands. and he disposes of those guys. Who's the big Russian guy he fought? He had a big right hand. He was tall. I think he beat Parker pretty soundly, and he fought like two more big guys that fought just like AJ. And I think that's just a style that Ruiz will be able to handle easily.
You know, the guy from the New Zealand commission retired. He quit his job after that fight. He didn't agree.
Dude, yeah,
I read this.
Parker did not win that fight.
Parker didn't win that fight.
It was a close fight.
Parker was robbed off of a possible knockdown, and it was a pretty close fight. It was a very close fight.
Dude, Ruiz never took he didn't take one step backwards. He cut the ring off, and every exchange he got just as well as he was. I mean, they landed an equal number of punches, but Ruiz controlled the ring. He beat the shit out of him, and I don't know. I think Ruiz is all wrong for Joshua. So that's just my opinion.
Oh, you're talking about my bad. You're talking about Parker. Was it Parker Ruiz you're talking about, or Parker?
Yeah, Parker Ruiz.
He's saying Ruiz. He said Ruiz. Oh, you. Well, I don't know what he
controlled. He controlled that fight. He pushed him back all night.
Yeah, he did.
The caller saying he thought he won that fight.
Don't get it wrong. The Ruiz Parker fight was also kind of close too, but I think Ruiz took it by 1 or 2. And sometimes when you look at it, you could give it to Parker too, but not really. Like when I rewatched it again, I gave it to Ruiz.
That fight was close. That fight was close.
Yeah, the guy from the New Zealand commission, he quit his job after that.
Nobody so far throughout his career, nobody's beating up Ruiz.
Guys, let me.
Yeah, that's kind of the. Go ahead, caller. This is your time.
I just think Ruiz might actually be a special guy. Like, I know he's fat and everything, and he looks like Butterbean, but he might be a special. Like, when this guy's done, he might have been one of those guys that just was like, he was like the natural. You know what I mean? Like, he was a natural talent. He was a big fat fuck that he was just that good. And that's what I mean. I've been watching highlights of this guy, and he can fight. So that's all I'm saying.
I've been saying the same thing, bro. I've been saying he's natural as well. Like, he is a special talent, but people don't believe it. Before the fight even started, I would, if it was a legitimate fight, I would have gave Ruiz a decision win. But because boxing is corrupt, I went with AJ controversial win. And then it turns out fucking Ruiz knocks him out instead. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even expect that at all whatsoever. Ruiz is special, man. Ruiz could have beaten the Holyfield. Exactly. I said that shit last time, but people are like, no, Ruiz, like, if you train Ruiz like properly, he could beat.
Stop.
Yeah.
Dude, stop. He's not that good. Trust me.
The guy is that good.
He's not that good. He's got fast hands. That's it.
Chin.
Look at his feet. His feet are slow.
Yeah.
He just plods like a fatso whip. Come on.
Did George Foreman have fucking massively great fucking footwork? Hell fucking no.
All right, we'll let
he
you
didn't
go,
have
Jackson.
He had a thumping power, didn't he?
For calling.
And he's not running. He's going to pressure you. If you're running, he's going to have to chase you. But he's not the guy that's running that he needs excellent feet in order to get away from you. No, you're the one that's going to need the quick feet. But he's going to come and pressure you.
All right, guys.
Do you have any idea what kind of shot he took from AJ? He took that shit, ate it like a fucking Snickers bar, bro, and just went at him.
Right.
Yeah, that's no apology.
That's his chin, not his skills.
When he fought Parker, he had to train himself up in Big Bear because freaking Abel Sanchez had a busy plate to where he trained himself. Then later he left him.
So whose fault is that?
Hold on.
So now you're no. What I'm trying to say. Gypsy's saying that he's a special talent if he had the proper training. Well, now he's with somebody that's dedicating, full camp, to training him, where he's getting that's not as maybe at the time, okay, but that's past. What I'm saying is Andy Ruiz is in good hands now, and that can only benefit him. It's nobody's fault.
Of course.
I mean, more power to him. That's just what I'm trying to say.
That would definitely benefit him.
But if it ain't, apology. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's not the one that really needs to do anything. The one that needs to change.
You're telling me if he doesn't lose a bit of weight, he wouldn't perform even better than he does now? Like,
I can't really say that for sure because he preferred to come in at 268 to carry that extra mass against a giant in Anthony Joshua, to where he said he wanted to be like strong in order to fight him. Okay, did he still carry his? Did he still? Well, wait, let me finish. Did he still carry his speed? Yes. So can I say that affected him to where he didn't turn in a good performance? He had the fight of his life. So I can't really pinpoint and say, oh, he could have done better because he did good enough. To now where if he's coming in at 255 and he drops, 12 pounds, and he's coming in leaner and strong to where he can actually maybe perform better with the full training camp instead of 5 weeks. Okay, that's to be seen. But based on him having a bad performance, I can't take anything away from that because he's the world champion and he's got the belts.
Dude, when I said better than Holyfield, they're automatically thinking because I said better than Holyfield, better than Tyson. Fuck no, he is not better than Tyson. Tyson, prime Tyson, fuck no. Get the fuck out of here.
And he's not better than Holyfield either. But I was
look.
Come on.
Somebody mentioned. Can I finish my shit?
Let him finish.
Yeah, let him finish, bro. The version of Holyfield that I said was not the version prior to the. It was a version prior to the Tyson fight. The one that he was a little bit younger. The one that fought Tyson was a kind of a. That version. That's the one I'm talking about. That Holyfield that beat Tyson. He can beat that Holyfield. He has the abilities to beat that Holyfield. The hand speed, everything. All right, you want to laugh about it, man?
This is like track media all over again.
Well, it's too soon.
Yeah, and I'm here to tell you opinion is wrong.
Gonna turn out.
Because you guys don't see what kind of shot he took against AJ and what he was taking afterwards. Too. It wasn't like,
oh yeah, he took
a good chip. No one's denying that. I'm just talking about his skills. His skills are not.
He did say the one thing I will say. He did take a shot at AJ.
Dude, he
just ate that shit.
And he took a straight right.
That's what makes this fight scary. That's what makes this fight scary, man.
What's wrong with his skills? Apology. He's a combination puncher that likes to pressure.
No, I'm just saying.
A lot of shots and has quick hands.
He took one game
That's
four,
good,
bro.
but
He took one game four.
Talent, like, come on.
Skills. He's been fighting ever since he's 6 years old. He has better boxing ability than Anthony Joshua, who is a good boxer. And let me just give some credit to Anthony Joshua before I continue. Let me just finish because it sounds like I'm rooting too hard for Andy Ruiz. Anthony Joshua has shown me that he's a very intelligent man, okay? In his press conferences, he's very eloquent, he's well-spoken. What this tells me is that he started late in boxing, but he was able to pick it up quick to where he can learn. If anything he's got going for him is that he's intelligent, and maybe he learned from this defeat to where he can come in and give a better performance. But, I'm not trying to take anything away from Anthony Joshua. I'm just speaking to what I know and I see in Andy Ruiz.
You guys just don't understand how fucking strong Anthony Joshua is and the strength that he has and what he did to him, and he just stood there and just ate that shit. But I'm not taking.
Why don't you tell us how strong he is?
No, like the guy fucking picked up a van with his forearms and pushed it to the side, bro. He picked it up.
I'm just fucking with you, brother, man.
I know. I'm messing up. I'm kind of over talking over here, but I'm just bragging too much about his strength or whatever it is. But the thing is, though, the guy is really fucking strong, and he hit him with a fucking solid left hook that most motherfuckers like Dylan White would have been leveled by that shot. And then gets up. He takes another one, this time with a straight right to the chin, and he just takes that shit and delivers his own. But before that, he was getting still outboxed. That's the crazy part. He was getting outboxed. He just got AJ just landed that beautiful shot, that lucky punch that he keeps talking about. He's the one who landed that lucky punch.
I have to respond to Canelo's. Sorry, Gypsy saying that. Yes, that you have to kind of understand. Well, he said that Ruiz is a fat slob that's undisciplined. Well, he's got 13 weeks to train. If he was drinking, a soda and eating some tacos during his time off, that's not really a big deal because he's got a full training camp in 13 and a half weeks to get into shape. That's more than enough to step into the ring in prime condition. Okay, when he fought Alex, yeah.
Real quick, it shouldn't be Ruiz job to act professional, be in shape all year round.
Yeah, man.
But apology. He's one of those guys that they have no problem with that weight. There's something about guys like that. It might fuck him over one day, but like not right now.
Well, like
because he has the eating disorder, like most fighters do. Like UFC
been
fighters
probably,
and
like he said, he's been
MMA
fat his
and
whole
boxing
life,
should
right?
do.
Yeah.
His mom.
You got to look at his brother.
Yeah, they said he's comes from. He just can't look at this 3 different body styles. Said all the time is endomorph, ectomorph, and mesomorph. And he's an endomorph. If he was a football player, he'd be an offensive lineman. You know what I mean? Some guys just have big joints, but it's just dietary habits, the way he was raised. You know, and he's been through athleticism and just been boxing his whole life.
What's the 3 body types name again? Say that again, Jimmy.
You would have the skinny one, the minute bull, the tall, skinny. You know what I mean? They eat anything they want. That's an ectomorph. The mesomorph is in the middle. They're the ones who can put on muscle, pretty much eat anything they want, and they got round muscle bellies. That's the best for bodybuilding.
That's me.
And then there's an endomorph, gallon neck, wide wrists, big joints.
That's boxing
They're
style.
fucking offensive linemen.
You know, when I was in the military,
I appreciate that. What I was laughing at is
no, I understand.
Hold on, guys. Let Gonzalo finish. He was gonna say something.
No, I was just gonna say, when I was in the military, I noticed that most of the Green Berets, the Special Forces guys, those guys are
like
fat.
Me. Oh,
they're fat, but they can do a lot of sit-ups and they can run all day. They're one of the most well-conditioned, and everybody talks about that. How can those guys, with the beards and the big bellies, perform better than everybody else? I think it kind of goes to what Jim was saying.
They do black ops too, though. You know what I mean? The reason why they do let themselves, they don't look like soldiers, especially the facial hair, because they do black ops shit. They go in without insignia. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know
go
that.
to places where they're not supposed to be.
Jesus.
Yeah, but as far as the build,
it's a mental thing, bro. I keep saying it's a mental thing. Yeah, it's all mental. It's all.
But
mental.
why are we talking about Andy
You're
Ruiz's?
a mental case. Definitely know.
But why are we talking about Andy Ruiz's physique when he's the champion and the one that really has to readjust is Anthony Joshua? And apologies.
Well, that's what it's going to come down to.
Don't tell me he wouldn't be better if he was thinner and leaner. Like you can't deny that. Doesn't matter how good he is now. He will be a lot better.
I think like it's going to have to take time for him to do that. I wouldn't recommend
definitely.
That.
Exactly to what Recognize is saying.
No, definitely no rush. But
you
look how long he was a pro for. Like, come on.
If he came in at 255 in this fight and he did it nice and he was feeling good, I bet you won't see no difference in power. Now, if he just cut down to like 245, and he's doing it that fast, that drastic, you might see a little difference in power.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off when he comes in 300 pounds and pops him once, and that's it.
I'll tell you right now. I guarantee you, Ruiz has used his physique as almost a secret weapon his whole career. I guarantee you, every opponent who's laid eyes on him has taken him for granted. Have in their mind saying, "Oh, look at this dude, he ain't in shape." The thing is, though, who knows? I don't know. I'm only guesstimating. Who maybe Joshua, when he found out who am I fighting, went and obviously he knows in his mind. Look at me, I'm an Adonis. That kid's chunky. I'm just saying that's how people think. You just can't stop human nature.
You want to know something?
But now he lost his advantage. Now he knows not to take that kid. You know, I'm just saying if he didn't take him serious, now he will, right?
I heard McGregor was talking about this. McGregor said that AJ was trying to avoid that fight when they were trying to look for a replacement. McGregor was like, he was the last guy. He was on the list. He was like the first guy saying he wanted to fight. McGregor said that, when everything else didn't work out, then they picked him.
It's a pretty short list, though. I mean,
I think it was like Ortiz.
Yeah, that was it. Ortiz and then him.
And then
so when people talk about
somebody else too. I think there was someone else on the list.
Hunter, Michael Hunter.
Michael Hunter. Excuse me. Time out. Michael Hunter. Gonzalo just said it. They try to get Ortiz, Michael Hunter, and then Ruiz was the last pick. That might have been for a reason. Because the one thing let me just say this quickly, okay? The one thing that Ruiz always had that anybody could recognize right off the bat, he got hands, right? He's short. There's a reason why he's only got one loss and it's a controversial loss. It's not a dominant loss or anything like that. It's because the guy got hands. He got hand skills, and AJ probably recognized that from the beginning and said, maybe I need some prep work before I fight a guy like this.
Bro, was Otto Wallen not available for that list?
No, I mean, listen.
Who the fuck is that guy?
That's the guy that Fury's gonna fight.
Yeah,
exactly. And to what Recognize is saying, when people talk about, he looked disorientated before the fight, like his mind wasn't there. I think this is what it comes down to. Like, he realized in the end, in his heart of hearts, that he had a good fighter across the ring that night. And that's why he looked concerned. Because look, if I'm going to fight somebody that I don't really know too much about, but I can tell, real recognize real, that guy has some skills just by looking at him. I'm going to tell myself, maybe I'm going to size him up from head to toe, and this hasn't really anything to do with the physique, which could kind of be like a cover to what Jimmy was saying. But, in your hearts of hearts, when a guy's got skill or not. And I think this is where the concern part came for Anthony Joshua. When
he must have put that out of his mind.
But to be honest,
in the third round though.
But Gonzalo, but you got to admit though, Ruiz is a freak. Not most kids who have built like that can move a light on their toes like he is, can hit. I guarantee you, he surprises everybody with his speed. They can watch tape, right? You can study tape, but you still, in your mind, you're thinking he's not going to be able to carry that strength 4, 5, 6 rounds. You know what I mean? And I guarantee you, he surprises everybody because most kids built like that can't. Because think about it, he's got the same physique. Remember, Joshua was the one with the unique physique. There's 1,000 kids walking the street built like Andy Ruiz. How come there's not a lot of them world champions? Because he's a freak. He's one of the special kids who can be built like that and still perform. It's a rarity. That's all.
You know what type of power Andy Ruiz has? Okay, his muscles are loose and relaxed, and he's fast. For example, I'm just gonna say something. Okay, when you get a spoon, like a metal spoon or a fork, and you hit it against the table, and that spoon vibrates from one end to the other. That's the type of power Andy Ruiz has. He's loose, he's relaxed, and when he throws his punches, his weight can kind of shake you. Okay. Am I making any sense? Do you know what I'm talking about, Jimmy?
I'm sorry, brother. What's that? You check.
Okay, for example, when you get like a metal rod, like a spoon or something, and you hit it against the table and it vibrates. That type of power that transfers. That's how I see Andy Ruiz punching, similar to like Dubois and Daniel Dubois. Who's got power.
He transfers his weight. He really does. He's heavy. So think about it. The fact he turns his punches over and he's quick, they're explosive. So he's got his weight behind it. He dips his shoulder. So regardless, just his speed being that heavy, when he hits you, it's going to crack. But I guarantee you, his biggest thing is he can carry it, it's freaky. I mean, I guarantee you, if you ask tons of guys walking the street who are built like him, try to make them run the block, they'll probably have a heart attack, even if they train to do it. It's a rarity to be built like that, to be that athletic, carrying it that many rounds.
You seen that fat boy's calves? Massive.
He's a freak.
Yeah, like Pacquiao calves. That's what he got. But not exactly, but kind of the sort of the same shit. He got a lot of power. He has a lot of power in him, bro. He
does have big calves.
Bigger than his thigh.
Yeah, when he shoots, when he punched AJ, a lot of those punches weren't everything behind it. I guess few of the punches on the body was. Most of them were just, I'm gonna punch you wherever I see your face.
Well, because the kid's a real boxer, like Gonzalo said. If he trained in a section of Mexico where like you didn't just do that lightly, you know what I mean? Like he trained in one of those gyms where everybody took that shit serious. So he was surrounded by. So listen, he knows to do one thing: change ups. It's so important. Not enough guys do that. Too many dudes come in and everything's the same. I don't care if you punch like Nigel Benj. If everything you throw is at the same speed, at the same point, you can time it. You can get used to it. He's smart enough to catch you one shot. The next one might be harder. It keeps you. It's the difference between someone who knows how to box and just a good fighter. A good boxer throws change ups, and a lot of them.
Yeah, the word I was looking, yes, that's kind of like the power that reverberates through your body. You know, when he hits you, he transfers a lot of energy because he's loose, he's fast, and he's got weight behind it. It reverberates when he hits you. You know, it can kind of shake you up. But that's true, Jimmy.
He snaps his punches at the end too, whap, and it's that snapping punch. And some guys have a thudding punch. They try to, you know what I mean? They try to break through everything. The guys who snap it, and if you can snap it at 262 pounds, that's gonna fucking, you know what I mean? Like almost like a snapping a towel. Whoosh, when you snap your punch out there.
I hope AJ's situation, if AJ wants to win this fight, I hope in his case, if I were him, he does not do what he did in the first fight, where he bum rushes just like he's done everyone else, not just fucking Ruiz. He's done it to fucking Povetkin. He got him one time, but he did it to Takam. He did it to Klitschko. He did it to almost every. Once he sees a little, oh, you heard it, oh, he caught you, right? Oh, I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna do everything I can to take you out, and that's what fucked him. He got him a little hurt. He jumped in. He's like, oh, that's it. I got him. It's over. And then when he got clipped, he's like, what? That's not supposed to happen. No, it's not supposed to. His mind just fucking went overloaded and shit. And he fell on his ass after that, and then he just kept on falling on his ass.
Well, if he loses again, I bet he ends up starting his movie career because he's so popular in the UK. I wouldn't doubt it if he ends up in movies and shit. You know what I mean? So I like Andy Ruiz, man. He seems like a good fucking kid, and he's good with his family. I was happy for him. You know, I'm glad he's making fucking career sharing money.
Yes, both of these guys, Jimmy. Anthony Joshua as well. You know, he seems like he's a very nice guy, and he's very intelligent. And I give him a good shot too. Basically, it's a 50-50 fight. Although I kind of have to edge Ruiz. But anyhow, you know, this is an interesting fight. You know, both of these guys are class acts, and they're likable to where I have nothing bad to say, you know.
This fight's going to come down to adjustments, man. That's what it's going to come down to. I believe that's what when whoever wins the fight, it's going to come down to that. I think that AJ is going to have to make some adjustments in the fight, and then if Ruiz can counter that, he might beat AJ again. You know, he's already got that one up on him. You know what I'm saying? That does play a bit of a mental game.
People in the chat are saying that.
One thing about AJ, I don't care for. I don't like that fucking black supremacy comment. I thought that was a little fucking low rank.
But you know something? That was in secret. I don't blame him. Look, I don't.
Hold on, I think Breach is trying to speak.
Oh no, I was just gonna read a comment. Go ahead, Recognize. Go ahead.
Oh, I apologize. You're gonna say no quickly. I agree with Jimmy that look. Supremacy ideologies I could really care less about, but it was in private. That was how he feels, and he was letting Chambers know. I guess he didn't know that.
And I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
By the way, Canelo is, and some other people are saying that Gonzalo's trying to suck Ruiz off too much.
I guess I was sucking him. I guess I was sucking him off. Yeah, I guess I was sucking him off before the first fight, huh? When all the world was saying, "Oh, he don't have a chance," but now that he won, there's a whole bunch of Mexicans, and he's got a lot of fanboys, which really did jump on the bandwagon, and those guys really actually make me sick. But when I, actually did believe, but I didn't I didn't commit to that because I was scared to go with my heart because I was gonna, be criticized by a lot of people.
The last time I talked to you, you were pretty critical. Where you actually kind of said it.
Yeah, but basically, basically what I'm saying, Jimmy, this time around, win or lose, if I did have a belief in the first fight, but I kind of pulled my punches, I'm not gonna do this time around because I do believe.
I thought you were confident in him. You made it seem like you were pretty confident. You even said it. You said, I'm a witness. You said, in my heart, I kind of think he's gonna win. You said that. So.
He's making consistent. He said, "Don't underestimate Ruiz. I've seen his prior fights. He got hands. Hey, listen, you were the only guy that was giving him a chance. To be honest,
you were. I give you props for that,
Jimmy. The funny thing is, when we were talking about Ruiz and shit, I said Ruiz is no pushover. I said Ruiz could win this fight, but it'll be a controversial thing. I see Precise on the fucking chat going, "This fool getting knocked out in the first round."
90 seconds.
2 second round, he's gonna get knocked out. I'm like, okay. All right. Let's wait and see. And then, oh man, one of those days, bro. One of those days.
Tipsy's
Chris
lying.
K in the chat.
Tipsy had no confidence.
Bro, you just go over there and look at that video again. That shit was priceless.
All right, in the chat, Chris K in the chat, thank you for your contribution. He says, who is Canelo's next opponent?
Lara.
Oh my god, osteoarthritis?
Osteoarthritis.
Yeah.
Boxing history.
Yeah. I get osseous means bone, I think. Yeah. All right. That's all I know. What the fuck is that?
It's bone degeneration when your bones get softer and they lose mass.
Probably he's having that.
I think.
Right, I got somebody else. So
or when they. Yeah.
Go ahead.
His opponent is the intelligence of the boxing fans, man. He's just like fucking shameless. This guy.
Honestly, think he might fight Lara again.
Enabled, but say again.
Honestly, might think he'll fight Lara again because he just beat his brother. It's the second fight. The first fight was controversial.
It's a story.
It was 5 years ago. Yeah,
I can see that happening.
5 years ago.
Is Lara middleweight yet, or is he still 54?
He's 54, but he'll come up to 160 to fight Canelo.
Man, come on.
He'll do it.
Fucking Canelo's talking about going to light heavyweight, fighting a light heavyweight now, and
yeah, but I don't think that's realistic. Look,
I don't either.
Until I'm proven wrong, I highly doubt that Canelo's going to go up to 175. I don't think he's going to do it. But going back to Lara going to 160 is not going to be a problem, and the money will be perfect for him.
Yeah. The reason now that you guys mentioned that I don't think he'll fight Lara is because why fight Lara when you can fight Demetrius Andrade, who has a similar style and I believe is also left-handed. Okay, to where you can capture a title at 160.
It's more of a nightmare.
Because a 45-year-old Lara is easier than a 29-year-old Andrade.
Come on, guys. Lara's a little past it, man.
To me, Andrade, he's got a tricky defense, but he doesn't really have the power. I mean, he's a big guy, and he's complicated. Don't get me wrong. But I think that Lara is actually more skilled.
See, the thing is,
he's older.
It's also easier to make the fight. It's easier to make the fight with Andrade, though.
Andrade can be beaten by Canelo, but I don't think Canelo's confident to believing that he could actually beat Andrade. I'm not even joking. This is not this is a mental thing. Like
I agree with you, boxing styles.
He doesn't believe that he could beat him, even though I think he can beat him. Majority of people probably think
easy.
He could beat Andrade. But he himself doesn't believe, because if he did, he would have taken the fight a long time and become undisputed. You know what I mean? Do it.
He gets paid a fee and he picks his opponents. He hasn't picked him yet. I'm saying, what about that last fight? Did you see in Andrade that he looked like Victor Chinian, 160-pound Victor Chin? That herky jerky shit.
He's not that great. He's like a knockoff of Billy Joe Saunders. He's not even close. Like Billy Joe Saunders is. I think Billy Joe Saunders has a legitimate chance of beating Canelo. If a Billy ever fights Canelo, he can beat him. But
isn't he fighting Colin Smith?
Andrade, no. I don't see that.
You see, I have a problem with Billy Joe, man, and people putting him in that caliber. The thing is, right? He looked great against Lemieux who can't box, right? And then outside of that, let's be real, he struggled with Eubank.
Yeah.
How good is he really?
It depends on the day that you fight him, bro. Let's just say that much. That guy, he lost technically, in my eyes, he lost to that Wolverine guy, whatever his name was.
It's the day you fight him. So if you fight him on
No, what I'm trying to say is, back in the day, because he keeps saying it, but now I do believe it. I lost a love for boxing, but now he found the love for boxing. I think he genuinely is more his best time is right now. To fight him at his best is right now.
Can I ask you a question then? Yeah. What makes you think he actually loves boxing? This dude has fought Adamu and Isafi in the last year.
Dude, just the way he's been training, pretty much. That's the only way I can say it.
The dude weighed in at 190 pounds only 10 months ago. He hasn't even gone back to middleweight yet. How hard is the dude training?
I don't know. I just look at his performance.
Yeah,
and he
I agree with
underperformed against Isifi. He was getting tagged by a journeyman.
He got beat
I
by
agree with
Akovov as
McGregor.
well. Akovov's not that good.
The last fight,
Akovov whipped his ass.
the guy that almost looked like he got knocked down or hurt from him. He didn't really get hurt in that fight. He was beating the
He
shit out of
almost
that
got
guy.
knocked out in that last fight, man.
Nah, man, dude, it looked like he got hurt. That's what I thought too. When I rewatched it, I'm like, nah, this fool didn't even get hurt. He blocked
Bro,
that
he
shit.
lost to Akovov, the fucking Russian bum. Like, come on.
Guys,
Like,
can
why
you
are we
hear me?
talking about Billy Joe Saunders?
That's that woman.
Hold on, Beach is trying to say something.
Yeah, thank you. Apology. 901, you're on the air. 901.
Hey yo, what the fuck's going on? It's your boy H Money, Mr. DAZN, and I want to talk about Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz with the great press conference in the past 3 days. This fight is a big fight, the biggest fight in boxing in 2019. $100 million fight. I mean, the press has been great. Eddie Hearn is doing a great job. Next Saturday, we have the next Floyd Mayweather, Devin Haney, fighting for the #1 contender spot in the WBC for Lomachenko's world title. I just want Lomachenko to keep that same energy with Devin Haney, who's 5'9". Last time I checked, Lomachenko struggled with Luke Campbell. Okay, Devin Haney would have knocked out Luke Campbell. Those same fighters that Lomachenko has beat, Devin Haney would beat them in a better fashion. I'm talking about an old Rigondeaux and a small Gary Russell Jr. who's 126 pounds.
You bore me.
So you're talking about Devin Haney, who's only 20 years old, the youngest millionaire in boxing, also the youngest promoter in the history of boxing. Only at 20 years old, this guy is making millions. Okay, we know that Ryan Garcia has been mad about his contract with Golden Boy. Ryan Garcia is not making millions. Devin Haney is younger than Ryan Garcia and making much more money. So you got to thank Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing, and DAZN for doing great business with fighters. You got to think about Andy Ruiz leaving for PBC. Andy Ruiz has left PBC and signed with DAZN to get him his biggest payday to become the first heavyweight champion in the history of Mexico. So, I mean, I know I hear a lot of people interrupting when I'm talking, but we all know who's the biggest star on the panel. We all know Deontay Wilder gave me a shout-out. Last time I checked, McGregor has never interviewed a fighter in his life. McGregor is living off BDA boxing. McGregor, you a bitch. You know I'm going to knock you out when I see you, McGregor. And fuck the LDBC. Nestor Gibbs of the Boxing Voice is a snitch. When I see Ness, I'm going to beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? Barbershop conversations, you a pussy. I'm in L.A. I run the city, man. I'm off of Adams and Normandy right now. You can catch me in the 20s. You can catch me in the 40s, bro. I'm in the streets every day.
Where you at?
Down this fool, bro. Put him in a... Tell him to go to the corner.
Hold on, I'm rather respond.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
Damn, that was annoying.
Yeah, that.
Mucho, all you gotta do is give him like 30 seconds and then let him say his piece and then you shut him off.
His piece.
Well, I did. I let
Yo,
him
McGregor, if you're trying to talk, we can't hear you.
I let him say
because I
his
wasn't
piece.
speaking.
Alright. Yeah, my mic is all fucked up. Guys, go ahead. I'll try to fix this again.
Yeah, look. First of all, he says I've never interviewed a fighter. Not true. I have 4 interviews on my channel. That's the first thing. Second thing, what I would like to do is I'd like to call H Money out to a fight. If he's such a tough guy, H, I don't know where you are, but during the next 4 months we can arrange it. We can do a live stream. We can do it all. We can do it for charity, and I'll break your nose for you.
McGregor's like 6'5".
I got money. I got money on McGregor breaking this dude's jaw piece in the first minute of the fight.
Age money comes
I don't mind how this guy is or whatever, but he's talking about like fighting all these people. I'm actually calling you out to the fight, so either you can fight me or stop mentioning me and stop being a fan of me. You mention me everywhere you go. Why are you such a fan?
He's a fanboy.
Age money comes in with 7 feet tall, like fucking 80-inch reach advantage on you and shit.
He came
He's in
on.
the Carter building right now doing jumping.
He said, "This is motherfucking H Money."
Yo, imagine.
What's up, son? What you gonna do now?
motherfucking H Money in the house. What's up?
Mr. The Zone.
One time he came on, he said, "This is H
Pookie.
Money in the house. Recognize you a fucking bitch."
Oh,
One
man.
day he's gonna take it out on Bucho too.
Yeah, probably. All right. Well, that was exciting. What were we talking about? Oh, but guys, the phone lines are open as you can see, so please call in.
I miss low play. Where the hell's low place at? Guantanamo Bay.
Easily
Thunderdome.
arrested in jail.
If you want to join Thunderdome, just go on Discord.
Yeah, come on, Thunderdome, get in here.
Thunder dies.
Oh
Come
shit! I
on.
need to. Yeah. All right, guys.
Hey, I
what
don't
else?
know about that that StreamYard, man. I get kicked off every fucking time I go on it.
Yeah, it happens to me sometimes too.
All right.
And let me find out that's H Money right there.
Who is that?
That's H Money.
Doing
That's
jumping
Money.
That shit.
Who is that? What the fuck?
That's H Money, I'm telling you.
Pookie, he's on the pipe again.
And that's me with the dreads. That's me going up to H Money. Said, "Stop fucking playing with me,
Money
little
doing
bitch."
jumping
nigga."
ropes
Hey,
with
you look
fucking
just like Will Smith, man.
anchor ropes of fucking ships and shit.
Hey, this is H Money when he's running out of drugs.
Give me some tits! Give me
I'm trying to
some
find
fuck!
out when we're in the car. We're doing jumping jacks in the drug lab.
Give me some fucking tits!
You on the pipe again, Pookie? God damn it.
H Money reminds me of that crackhead from Dave Chappelle show.
Hey guys, I just gotta hey guys, I gotta take off. I gotta go do a couple of things. I just wanted to say good night to everybody. Thanks for having me on.
Peace out, Jimmy, man.
take care,
Stay
Jimmy.
safe.
Right, man. Everybody be safe. All right, man.
Peace, Jimmy.
Be good, Jimmy.
Peace, Jimmy.
White
Take
power,
care.
bro.
Jesus Christ.
Talking about what?
Yo, what color is that hoodie you're wearing, Gypsy?
Pink power, baby.
He's wearing pink. You heard of the Black Panthers? He's part of the Pink Panthers.
I'm blacker than black, I'm black.
Jesus, that was fucking loud.
They do. They do. They do. They do. They do.
Oh man.
I think Bay Area left the chat because you called him a beaner.
Why? Who called him a beaner?
No, hold on. It's actually
I'll send
offensive.
him an apology letter.
Is that offensive?
Nah, I eat beans.
Like, what am I not allowed to call Mexicans? Because I was told by someone it's cool to call them wetbacks.
I don't know.
I guess it's because they're Rio Grande, you know, the between Texas and Mexico when they had to cross that.
Yeah.
That's why they call them wetbacks.
They call Armenians, Mexicans around my neighborhood call us aras or apes. Pretty much like kind of an insult in a way too. I don't think
Future Thunderdome looking for a link.
Yeah, hold on. Let me first. All right.
Gypsy looks like the Armenian version of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with that fucking hat and glasses on.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, the Armenian community is pretty strong, huh? Gypsy in Los Angeles.
Yeah, they are, bro. I had like one little fight and my mom got scared, bro.
She sent it to Bel-Air.
Said you're moving with your auntie and uncle to eat halal.
Yeah, bro. Abu Dhabi is where I went. Not playing.
The Shipper of the Sun says that Canelo would batter Gypsy boxing style.
Oh, I like to see that. I'd love to see that. I'm up for anybody, honestly.
I'll fight you.
Perfect. Oh, yeah? But the thing is, though, you have to come over here. I don't feel like going all the way to England. I don't trust those.
Well, first of all, I'm not in England, and secondly, you're in California. You want to trust people in California?
That's a good point.
You're like what? What are you like 6'9", 6'8"?
I'm 6'5".
6'9".
6'5". I don't remember his height. I know he's like 6 up something.
Dirk Nowitzki.
I'm gonna hit you in the groin, bro.
That's fine, mate. You do that to me, I'm gonna bare knuckle your teeth down your throat.
It'll be an interesting fight. I'll be like looking down on his waist. Boom, boom. Down goes.
But what size are you, Gypsy?
I'm like a 5'7.5". So.
Oh, I don't hit women, man. Never mind.
Oh come on, bro! I'll get the hell out of here with that shit. I'm gonna hit you in the waist. Like, what? Then again, Where's 5'7" end up when you're on your body?
Do the Johnny Cage split. Hit him in the balls.
Yeah, like where does the 5'7" land in your body? Is it like
in around my nipple?
Your abdominals? What is it?
Like upper abdominal, bottom nipple?
Upper abdominal, bottom nipple. Yeah, I guess the stomach is the where I'll be aiming at. Getting in close and getting in the stomach. Pretty much where I'll be at. A few
Why are we talking about McGregor's body? Like,
where
can we
the
move
fuck
on?
is Thunderdome?
We're talking about how the fight would be between me and him, possibly. Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, I'd break your jaw.
Nah, man, I haven't been broken.
Virtuoso, thank you for the contribution. He says, I'd pay Recognize to give H Money $1.50.
I got a solid chin, bro.
Hypothetically, I'll kick H Money's head off, like hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically speaking, of course.
Fatality.
Yeah.
I'll kick the angel dust out of his fucking head.
Yeah, what type of drug is he on? What do you guys...
Fatality on me, bro. It's like breaks my jaw. Fatality. Gypsy down.
All right.
Gypsy, Vanez Motor Erosion wants to beat you up. I told you.
Bro,
They don't like
a lot of
you.
shit, man. I promoted his ass. I said like he's good, he's decent, he's good, and he goes and takes a fucking dive. Now I'm 100% sure he took a dive. That's why his wife and kids weren't there.
Somebody says that he has that Amir Khan chin.
Who?
Maybe.
Gypsy.
I don't know. No, I don't have that.
Well, hey, Gypsy, you wanted to talk about Sean Porter and Spence Jr., right?
Yeah, that should be the hype for this month.
Oh, well, take it away, because I need to get Thunderdome in here. He's saying, I need a request to join the group. What the hell?
I've sent them the link, Bucha.
Yeah, thanks. Anyways, I was rewatching Spence again. Sorry, Sean Porter and Ugas. I don't know, man, what to tell you, man. Sean Porter, he was too much on the outside for the best part of the fight, but he has to really maul and cut the distance against Spence, man. I know he's gonna take some shots, but fuck, he has no choice, man. Oh, and by the way, Spence isn't that good off the ropes, fighting off the ropes. Let's be like, watch that Kell Brook fight. It didn't really happen that much, but fuck, he can't fight off the ropes, man.
Because he's never on the ropes.
Well, he was a few times.
Fight, he's not the same anymore. That Kell Brook fight, if that fight actually, like, let's say hypothetically, we take the Spence that we have right now, and we can go back in time and put him up against that Kell Brook, that he would outbox that Kell Brook now. It's a different.
I think he knocked out Leonard Bundu against the ropes with the left hook.
Can you guys?
He was literally on the ropes.
Oh, we got Thunder.
Yeah, I can hear you, Thunder.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. How's everyone doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Welcome to the show, man.
What's up, man?
I'm glad to be on, huh? Not much. What's the topic besides AJ? I was listening, but doing some
Spence Porter right now.
Oh, okay. Good one.
All right, guys, we have a phone call, so let's take it. Let's see what's happening. 337, you're on the air. 337.
What's up, family? It's Dead Game Boxing.
Oh, what's up, Dead Game?
Man, you guys heard about Wilder and Ortiz third date canceled or being rescheduled?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently the official announcement for their rematch is coming next week. They're gonna fight December 23rd in Vegas at the MGM.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
December?
Yep, December 23rd. Hold on, I think I have it. The article still pulled up. I don't, but yeah, December 23rd, I believe.
And they got they
If
want
you go
to
to
the February
boxing
date.
scene,
February date.
if you go to boxing scene right now, it's like the second, like the top article. So you'll see. It has the date and it says the MGM. Yeah, and I believe the official announcement will be next week, and I believe it's December 23rd.
Who's this?
But don't quote me. Ortiz Wilder rematch.
Okay.
All right, cool. So that's making it closer to the 8-day fight. So it should be the winner out of that fight get Wilder, right?
Right. Because he's ducking Fury.
They're gonna cancel. They're gonna cancel Fury out, right?
Yeah, they don't want that smoke.
All right. Okay. I think that's for the best, man. Fury. I think that's for the best for Wilder. I think for boxing fans to get that unification fight.
What's up, Dead Game?
Oh man, traveling, brother. I just wanted to call in, see what was going on, see what the topic was about.
All right.
Man. You rather see Wilder fight the winner of Ruiz and Joshua first than fighting Fury?
I think I would do that. I think that Fury fight is dangerous. I think the Fury fight is dangerous. I say go get the titles first, unify, and then, I would still let Tyson fight somebody at least in the top 10 before I would fight him. I mean, let Fury fight somebody in the top 10 before Wilder would fight him. I mean, those bums he's fighting is not. I mean, he needs to do something better than that.
I think Povetkin's been calling him out. Povetkin's been saying he wants to fight him.
Yeah, yes.
Povetkin's been calling out Tyson Fury.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He wants to fight Tyson Fury.
Yep.
What do you think about that fight, Dead Game?
It's likely to get made, actually. Whenever, if Fury needs, a viable opponent, Povetkin is always going to be sitting right there ready. So they'll call him in if needed. It's a perfect style matchup for Fury, especially because they're not going to fight him within the next, year. So, if they do fight him, maybe it'll be 2021. But it'll be like a stay busy type fight. But it'll be another good.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's a guy a lot of people sleeping on, man, and that's Pulev, bro. Pulev is not a bum, bro. Pulev is pretty nice. I've been checking him out. Nobody seems to talk about him. I think Pulev will give Styles make fights. I think Pulev will give a bunch of them a hard fight.
You can go back to some of my videos from 2014, 15, giving a huge heads up on Pulev because he was just coming onto the scene. Plus, he had his incredible amateur. If you don't know, Pulev never entered an amateur tournament he didn't medal in. And I'm talking, worlds and nationals and just Olympic, everything. His amateur pedigree is off the chain. Medaling at worlds every fucking year. I'm sure Boxer has a much more detailed resume of his amateur record now because they put up whatever amateur fights are on record they put up now, which is amazing. But yeah, I bet they have a ton of about Pulev. But yeah, tremendous amateur pedigree, which is probably why his jab is one of the best in the business. But yeah, Pulev is a sleeper. Yeah, and the fighters and trainers know that how dangerous he is and why most guys want to stay away from him, which is why I give a ton of a ton of credit to anybody who decides to actually step up and fight Pulev.
Yeah, man, I agree, man. I like Pulev a lot. I like Pulev a lot, brother. A lot.
I think with Pulev's case is that they're probably afraid that they're gonna get kissed on Bonter. That's probably why they don't want that shit.
The Pulev situation is very interesting to me because, and I'll just break it down like simple. The IBF have already said that the winner of AJ Ruiz has to fight Pulev. They have a certain amount of time. They have to, otherwise the IBF is stripped from them. No matter what. They've even mentioned it doesn't matter, unification or not. They have to fight Pulev because it's been like 24 months or something. And because of that, that fight won't be for undisputed if Wilder goes and fights the winner of Ruiz versus Joshua. It won't be for undisputed. So the winner of Ruiz and Joshua, and it was mentioned even in an interview, couple of interviews, like Michelle Joy Phelps did one with Andy Ruiz saying if you beat Joshua, you have your mandatory to look afterwards, which is Pulev, and he was talking about Pulev, not Wilder. He was talking about having to fight Pulev. So Pulev is next up for the IBF. So while they're talking this age stuff, I don't think that's happening because the winner of that has to fight their mandatory in the IBF.
I think.
But what about the mandatory with Alexander Usyk?
He's next up after that, and the unique position with Usyk is he's the super champion, which means he has a right to cash that in at any time. The WBO don't call that; he does. That's the thing with the super championship status.
What do you guys think? If Povetkin can beat Pulev or what?
No, he's too old now.
I wouldn't say he has no chance, but I'm with Apology. I'm with Pulev at this point.
I don't know, I'm leaning more towards the Povetkin. After his last performance, I'm going off of his last performance.
Yeah, he did look good in that fight against Huey, but Huey's so boring, man.
Yeah, but he made Fury look like shit. I don't know how many rounds I get. He beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten to see that Povetkin fight. Quite ashamed.
It was like an 8-4,
to see it,
8-4 kind of fight. 8-4 kind of fight for Povetkin.
I've been hearing varying reports on how Povetkin looked. I didn't think he looked good in training. The training footage I did see, so I want to see the fight that way I can actually judge where he's at in his career. How much longer he got. If at all. I mean, I heard some people saying that he has to wrap it up. It's time to wrap it up. And now I just heard, I don't know who that was. I'm sorry, but whoever that was saying, he was looking damn good in his last fight.
It was looking good. Thunderdome, he was looking great, bro.
Anyway, yeah. So I need to check it out for sure. Oh, give me a little homework.
All right, guys. All right, guys. You guys have a good one. Good show.
All right, take care.
Take care, brothers.
All right. Good call.
Have a good one.
All right. Well, guys, I think we should end this show. We've been here for 3 hours, so maybe it's about to end. Time to say goodbye. Yeah. Thunderdome, are you doing a stream after this, or?
Actually, yeah, I'm going to.
All right, well, go check out Thunderdome then, if you guys want some more boxing.
The main topic will be about the Ortiz-Wilder rematch. It's, basically official now.
Ugh.
Lobito, outside! Lobito, outside!
Still for real?
Yeah, we might crack some jokes on Wilder and make fun, look at his resume and laugh at it and show some old fights and laugh. Who knows what we'll do.
Hey, I think...
might get silly, might stay serious. It all depends what the mood is.
Ortiz is a 3-1 underdog, I believe. Is that too much or too little? What do you guys think?
That's actually, at the moment, it's about right. I mean, he don't have much of a chance. So I guess 3-1...
3.5 to 1.
Look, the truth is Ortiz has one chance in this fight, and it's a puncher's chance. The dude's getting older now. Like last time out, he was 40. Now he's 702.
The odds are going to get a lot wider. A lot
The other thing is, like, he's gotten grossly out of shape. We saw him at the Brazil fight, like, and everything, like, the Brazil Wilder fight. Dude looked about 310 pounds. He looked fat as hell, and he also looked nearly senile. On top of which, he already lost to Wilder in what was a close fight, but I reckon Wilder will just take him out this time easy. He's getting older, he's getting slower, and he'll never outpoint Wilder on a PBC card.
Before we go, 929, you're on the air, 929.
Hey, what's up, fellas? What's going on?
What's up? Who's this again?
Yeah, it's Virtuoso.
Oh, okay. I was confused. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just wanted to talk about the topic of the day, which is Jarrett Hurd avoiding VADA testing. Just one question: was VADA test was implemented before his first fight with the only standalone fight as of now with Julian Williams?
Good question. I don't know. And anybody knows? I don't know. We have to look into it.
Fight.
That's a very good question, Virtuoso. We'll
What
have
was
to
that?
check that out.
What's you talking about? The first fight they
Yeah,
had.
was VADA testing involved?
I didn't actually hear the question.
Was VADA testing involved in the first Julian Williams Jarrett Hurd fight?
No, I don't think it was.
The answer is no.
Ah.
Yeah.
There was no VADA testing for the first fight. But Julian Williams said directly afterwards when he became champion, as champion, anyone who wants to fight me has to fight under the rules of VADA.
Suspicious. Anything else, Virtuoso?
I think
he knows how many people are on that shit. But
yeah,
I mean,
I can't. The reason why I bring this up.
Go ahead, Virtuoso. Go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to bring up the story I wrote in. It's an article I read on threekingsboxing.com. It said that besides the VADA testing, I think the thing that Jarrett Hurd was he needed a change in trainers. I thought, when I seeing him fight, I think he's just like tailor made for boxers who just kind of like sit on the outside and like that old school like just come forward style and just like kind of just being a pressure fighter isn't always like beneficial to him. I mean, he's outgrown his division, so he's got the height and reach advantage. When you see him fighting as Lara, like it was all in the trenches. It wasn't like picking him apart in the outside. He really brought the fight to him. And I'm surprised Lara actually stood his ground. But I think it's beneficial for him. And I think it's important that he has a tune-up fight if they come to an agreement. In terms of the drug testing. Because I don't know, it's not for me to decide whether who's using and who's not. But yeah, I think it's I think it's the right step in the direction to just change trainers and just try to see who could get the best out of his abilities, and his physical attributes.
Yeah, good
So
point.
yeah, that was just my take on it.
All right, great, man. We'll talk more about that later on, and tomorrow I think Mr. BDA is going to be doing a show, so he also wants to talk about that subject. Well, thank you for calling, man.
Yeah. All right, no problem, guys. Take care.
All right, take care. All right, everybody, time to go. Thank you for joining us, everybody in the chat, in the panel. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you for having me on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, check out Thunderdome. He's going to be doing a stream, so go to his channel and check that out.
Yeah, if you want to keep talking boxing, come on over. More welcome.
All right. Perfect.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Bucho.
No problem.
Everyone have a great night.
You
Take
too,
care,
bro.
guys.
Again, thanks for having me on, man.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Adios, Bucho.
See ya.
Peace, fellas. See ya.
All you guys. See ya.
I'm disappointed in everyone. Disappointed in everyone. All right, come on. Honestly, I can't do it, man. I'm disappointed in everyone. Let me tell you why. It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot, shoot. Just kill the fucking man.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. Yeah, because you got nothing. Lobito! Got nothing.
I want to get out. I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA Boxing.